It's Catholic High School football on WJMJ. Throughout the fall, hear exciting varsity football action from East Catholic in Manchester, Northwest Catholic in West Hartford, Sacred Heart in Waterbury, St. Paul High School in Bristol, and Xavier High School in Middletown. And now, with all the action, here's Mark Andrews and Dan Lavallo.
And hello once again, everybody, from historic Palmer Field in Middletown, Connecticut. Welcome to Catholic High School football. I'm Dan Lavallo along with Mark Andrews, and tonight we've got another good matchup for you. It's the Xavier Falcons going up against Newtown. And Mark, on paper anyway, this should be a good one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, going into the first game of this season, we had Xavier and NFA, and we said the same thing. Said, hey, on paper, these two teams are identical. You look at it tonight, exact same thing. Two teams that can throw the ball, two teams that can run the ball. This is going to be a good one.
Now, Xavier came off of a heartbreaking loss in the season opener last week at McHugh Field, losing by the score of 37-33 as NFA came from behind in the closing 4 minutes to win the game.
Yeah, twice in the game they had double-digit leads. They should have been able to put them away. They let them hang around. NFA pulls it out in the end.
Meantime, Newtown feeling pretty good under their first-year coach, Bob Pattison. They're coming off of a season-opening shutout victory against Pomperog, winning by the score of 27-0.
Yeah, but tonight they're running into a different team. They're running into a much better Xavier team than they had last week in Pomperog.
And you know that Xavier's just aching following that loss under Andy Guyon, who had been the longtime defensive coordinator for Xavier, but he was in his first game as head coach for the Falcons.
Well, absolutely. You know, you got the butterflies and you get that first game out of the way. Now it's for real. We talked about it. Can't afford to lose 2 games to start the season.
No, you cannot. So Xavier comes in 0-1. The Newtown Nighthawks come in at 1-0. And on paper, anyway, like I said, it looks like a pretty good matchup. They've got the meeting at the center of the gridiron. They're tossing the coin, and in just a moment we will be back with the opening kickoff of tonight's Catholic High School football game as the Xavier Falcons take on the Newtown Nighthawks. It's coming up next right here on 88.9 WJMJ.
Xavier High School football. JMJ, underwritten in part by Connecticut Rental Centers, 30 DeKoven Drive in Middletown. A locally owned and operated family business since 1969, offering event rentals of tents, tables, chairs, china, and glassware. Contractor rentals for backhoes, loaders, compressors, and chippers. Plus, do-it-yourself rentals of tillers, leaf blowers, brush mowers, and trimmers. Connecticut Rental Centers at ctrentalcenter.com and ctrentalequipment.com. Connecticut Rental Centers in Middletown, proud to support Xavier High School football on WJMJ.
I'm John Rivers. Would you join me for a special 20 The Countdown magazine, remembering the life of Rich Mullins 20 years later?
And I would flip-flop back and forth between saying, thank you, God, that you are the Lord and that I'm not, and saying, yeah, but we're going to do this my way right now.
This week on 20, The Countdown magazine.
Join us for the countdown Sunday evening at 6 on WJMJ Catholic Radio.
This is WJMJ Hartford, Connecticut, and WSHU FM HD3 Fairfield, Catholic radio where faith meets life.
With the playing of our national anthem, we are all set for Catholic High School football. And Mark, What a night for football.
This is absolutely gorgeous. Who would have guessed we'd be towards the middle of September, and it's, what would we see, 82 degrees?
Well, on the drive down, it got as high as 84, and I just checked the temperature. It's 76 degrees at game time.
This is absolutely gorgeous night for football.
It sure is. Xavier dressed in their black uniforms, all black with the white trim, the white helmets, and the Nighthawks dressed in white uniforms trimmed in blue and gold. Xavier won the coin toss, but they have deferred, and so they will kick off to the Nighthawks, moving from left to right or from south to north here at Palmer Field. And we are positioned on the east side of Palmer Field.
You see more and more teams doing that at all levels,
yeah,
deferring the kickoff and taking the second half.
Well, NFA did it last week.
Right.
So anyway, deep for Newtown. On the near side is Riley Ward. And on the far side is Joseph Lewis. And getting set to kick off for Xavier will be Samuel Norris. Again, moving from our left to our right or from south to north. So here we go. Norris about to kick to the north. On a gorgeous night for football, a summer's night on the last weekend of summer. Here's a kick, a twisting boot, and that ball's going to bounce way into the end zone. How about that?
That is a nice kick. I knew watching him last week, I said, oh, he's got a foot. I didn't think he'd put it into the end zone.
So they'll bring the ball out to the 20-yard line where it will be first down and 10 for Newtown. And Newtown has a very good quarterback, Mark. He's a senior, Ryan Cost.
Yeah, number 12. He's good. He's a good one. He's got some good receivers out there, too.
Cost goes at 6'3", weighs 180 pounds. He is a senior.
He's the heart and soul of this team.
Yes, he is. Two wideouts split to the left, one to the right. Cost out of the shotgun formation. First play from scrimmage, and he's going to hand the football off, and twisting to the right side is Jack Miller, but he's pushed back for no gain.
Yeah, Miller couldn't find any room on that right side. Tried to go off guard, off tackle. Nothing there.
In last week's victory over Pomperaug, Miller rushed for 48 yards on 15 carries. His longest run from scrimmage was a 20-yard run. Now, again out of the shotgun formation is Cost. Cost back to pass. Cost under pressure, rolls to the near side, now scrambles to the right side, runs with the football, and gets back to the 19 and is sacked behind the original line of scrimmage.
I'll tell you what, that was a coverage sack there. The coverage was there all the way down the field. He had no place to go with the ball, decided to turn it outside and run, and there was nothing there either.
So that is a loss of a yard to the 19, and that'll set up a third down and 11 for the Nighthawks. Under first-year coach Bob Pattison, Steve George, the longtime coach here for 10 years, stepped down at the end of the season, and Bob Pattison, who was the defensive coordinator, took over. Now Cost back to pass, rolls to the near side or to the left.
Good coverage again.
Good coverage indeed. Throws it back to the middle of the field. It's tipped and almost intercepted. Incomplete.
Two Xavier players had hands on it. The first one being Nick Hasselman. And then the third one almost came up with the interception.
So it is 3 and out for the Nighthawks, and they will punt the football to the Falcons. And back to receive for Xavier is Kyle McGillis, one of the captains on this Xavier team. Coached by Andy Guyon. In his first year, longtime defensive coordinator Sean Marinan was the head coach. Stepped down at the end of the season last year. And now Guyon, the coach. Cost also does the punting for Newtown, and so he's back to punt at about his 5. As he awaits the snap. Snap about chin high. He gets off a real good punt. Pushes McGillis back to the 45. He's up to the 50, near side 45, 40, 35, and he's run out of bounds just shy of the 30. So, Mark, great field position.
Great field position. Nice right there by McGillis going out of bounds. Don't take an unnecessary hit. We're going to get any further.
And with 10 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in this first quarter, the Falcons will have the football at the Newtown 32-yard line, first down and 10. The ball on the near hash mark. So Xavier breaks out of the huddle up to the line of scrimmage with Penn State bound Will Levis at quarterback. Tyrone Abrahams Jr. is the lone setback. And out of the pistol formation, Levis right away back to pass. Heaves it up deep down the left sideline, and it is complete for a touchdown to McGillis.
I'll tell you what, that was the tandem last week, and they start right where they left off. McGillis beat his defender by about 5 yards all alone in the end zone. Touchdown.
On the first play from scrimmage, Levis down the left sideline hits McGillis. A 32-yard touchdown pass, and Xavier takes a 6-0 lead. And now Norris is on for the point after. What a way to begin the game. Ball down. Kick is up. It splits the uprights. Good. So with 10:22 left in the first quarter, Xavier jumps out to a quick 7-0 lead.
Well, I think last week was a wake-up call for them. They realized they got to come out and they've got to play right from the very beginning, play right to the end, and they started out the right way.
Well, last week Levis was 18 for 38 in the air for 277 yards, and one of his favorite receivers was McGillis, so he picks up from where he left off.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, too, that extra point, he probably would have hit that from about 25 yards out.
Jack Kuhn back to receive on the far side for Newtown. And on the near side is Riley Ward. Norris will kick off from the 40-yard line, again moving from left to right. And just a minute and 38 seconds into this game, Xavier has a 7-0 lead. The ball will be teed up on the far hash mark.
If you look, Dan, the way that Newtown is set up on their receive team, the two men that are back deep, they have shifted to the kick formation of Xavier, leaving this whole corner here open.
Wide open indeed. Okay, we await the kick, and Norris with another twisting kick pushes Kuhn back to the goal line. He's going to run with the football, middle of the field, 5. Heads to the near side, 15, turns the corner, 20, 25, 30, 35, and he is run out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Mark, you called it.
Yeah, absolutely, and he needed one. There's a flag late on the sideline. It's going to go against Newtown. Probably just going to be a warning. Guys too close to the field, but he was 2 players away from going all the way.
That's just what it was. Too close to the field, and so the officials have asked them to move back. But it will be good field position for Newtown as the ball is marked at the Nighthawks' 42-yard line. 2 wideouts split to the left are Joseph Paget and Riley Ward. Jack Miller in the backfield with the quarterback, Ryan Cost. Out of the pistol formation, Cost gives to Miller. He sweeps around the right side up to the 45, does a jitterbug to the 50, and is tackled from behind, but inside Xavier territory.
Well, that was a nice lead block that time by their fullback, Shea Talbot. He got him that extra yardage.
That's going to set up a first down at the 47-yard line of the Falcons. Ball in between the hash marks. 2 wideouts split to the left, 1 to the right. Again, calling out the numbers is Cost. Lining up to his right is Miller, Cost. And now there's some movement down that line, that Xavier line.
Right defensive tackle that time, just a little too anxious. Jumped before the ball was snapped. It's going to cost him some yardage.
Cost last week in that 27-0 win over Pomperog was 12 of 23 in the air for 162 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he can throw the football too.
Oh, absolutely.
So they bring the ball down to the 42-yard line. It will be first down and 5 for the Nighthawks. Cost out of the pistol formation takes the snap, and the give is to Miller. Looks for running room, middle of that line, and he goes nowhere.
Yeah, that time nose guard Griffin Sachs right there to take him down in the backfield.
Number 27 is Miller on the carry.
So no gain. That'll set up a second down and 5 from the Xavier 42. Newtown comes in 1-0 after that 27-0 win over Pomperog. Xavier 0-1 after that stunning late game loss to NFA 37-33. They had an 11-point lead with 4 minutes left in the game and lost at home. 2 wideouts split to the right. Cost back to pass. A slant pass to the left. It is complete to Padgett. He might have the first down.
Well, that ball was put where only Padgett could get it, low and towards the ground. Padgett comes up with it, and he gets the first down.
Ball marked at the 35-yard line on the near hash mark. 3 wideouts line up on the right side this time. 1 to the left. Miller to the right of Cost in the backfield. Ball on that near hash mark as Cost takes the snap. Backs to pass. Rolls to the right side. Under pressure. Heaves it up down the right sideline. And it is complete. Touchdown, Newtown.
Well, there had to have been a broken coverage there because there was nobody within 10 yards of him. He was wide open.
Joseph Lewis on the reception. A 35-yard touchdown pass. And just like that, it's a 1-point game.
Well, I think what may have sprung him was as Cost rolled out to the right, they thought he was going to run, so they started to come up. That freed him by himself down the field.
Could we have a shootout tonight?
We've seen him before.
Yes, we have. Lewis on for the point after attempt. Ball down, ball up. Does it have the distance? It is no good. It bounces off of the crossbar and bounces back into the end zone.
So that could be big. We don't know yet. It's too early in the game, but you never want to miss an extra point.
Meanwhile, in just a minute and 45 seconds, Newtown marches 58 yards, culminating on the 35-yard touchdown pass by Ryan Cost to Joseph Lewis, and it's a 1-point game.
Yeah, that was a big mistake by the defense. I know why they did it, but you can't do it. You can't leave your receiver.
And so with 8:28 remaining in the first quarter, Newtown, moving from our right to our left, will now kick off to Xavier from the 40-yard line.
Well, that's the thing, is now how does the offense respond?
McGillis deep on the near side for Xavier. Danny Taylor on the far side. Lewis will kick off from the 40. So, teeing up the football at the 40, in between the hash marks, is Lewis. 7-6, Xavier. And already 13 points scored in the first 3 minutes and 32 seconds of this game.
Well, we said it. These two teams identical. Player getting on late for Xavier.
There's the whistle as Lewis runs up to the football and the kick. It is a good end-over-end kick. Pushes McGillis back to the 4. Near side of the field, 10. Looks for running room up to the 20. Tries to break a tackle, can't. And he's brought down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, that's the problem with that kick. It wasn't deep enough to go into the end zone where he could take a knee. He had to take it at about the 3, so he had to run it out.
So they'll spot the football at the 25 of Xavier. And it will be first down and 10. The ball placed on the near hash mark. Now, the Xavier offense comes onto the field. Xavier occupies the far side of the field. And Newtown the near side. The near side bench here at historic Palmer Field.
Well, let's see if they go back to that same play that they scored on the first play.
Abrahams Jr. in the backfield lines up behind Lewis. And Lewis now with a man in motion to the near side. Calls out the numbers, and he takes the snap, fakes the handoff, now fires to the far side, and the pass is complete. And carrying the ball all the way up to the 45-yard line is Ben Deveron, so it's going to be a Xavier first down.
Well, nice play that time, and guess who got that play freed up? It was McGillis on the outside throwing a block, so nobody could get to him.
Ball all the way up to the 44-yard line, where it will be first down and 10. 2 wideouts split to the right side, including Adrian Hyatt. Abrahams lines up behind Levis. 2 wideouts split to the left. Levis, the Penn State bound quarterback, takes the snap. Back to pass. Looks to the near side. Fires to the near side. And it is complete for a first down. Complete to Blake Korchesny.
I'll tell you what, he was wide open.
Check it. Adrian Hyatt on the reception. Sorry about that.
Hyatt was right there. Had some room.
It'll be another first down. First down at the 38-yard line of Newtown. Ball on the near hash mark. Levis takes a look at his wristband. Now Levis with the snap. Levis hands the football off to Abrahams. Bolts over the middle of the line. Carries down inside the 30. He's close to a Xavier first down.
Well, we talked about it last week. All he needs is big gain. He did just that there.
A big gain indeed as he carries down to the 29-yard line, setting up a 2nd down and 1. Hyatt split to the right. 3 wideouts on the left side. Levis calling out the numbers. Levis takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the left, throws to the left, and the pass is complete. This time to Danny Taylor. He's got a 1st down as he's tackled inside the 20.
Well, that was a nice timing pattern between Levis and Taylor. Taylor turned around and the ball was right there in his arms.
They will mark the ball right at the 20, where it will be 1st down and 10 for the Falcons. They are on the march. Hyatt split to the right side. Now in the slot right is Deveron. Levis calls out the numbers. Now 3 wideouts split to the right. Man in motion is Hasselman. Then he stops. Xavier, as Levis takes the snap, hands off to Abrahams. Abrahams tries to crack the right side of the line, pushes forward inside the 20, and is tackled at around the 17-yard line.
I'll tell you what, Abrahams was hit in the backfield, kept his feet moving, spun, got off that tackle, and gets positive yardage.
6:05 left, first quarter. Xavier leading Newtown 7-6. As the ball is spotted at the 17-yard line, setting up a 2nd down and 7 for the Falcons. 2 wideouts split to the left, 2 on the right side. Levis checks the wristband. Levis calling out the numbers. McGillis and Hasselman are split to the left. Levis back to pass, looks to the near side, throws over the middle, broken up, almost picked off.
Yeah, into double coverage that time. Had the receiver there, but the coverage just jumped it.
Ben Deveron, the intended receiver. That stops the clock and will set up a 3rd down and 7. The Falcons are in 4-down territory, although with Norris's foot, you've got to consider field goal possibility.
Absolutely, and watching that field goal kick and a couple of kickoffs, he could certainly hit from this distance.
Hyatt now split to the right side along with Alex Kolosensky. Abrahams lines up behind Levis. Hasselman and McGillis split to the left. Levis really barking out the numbers. Levis out of the pistol, takes the snap, looks to the far side, throws to the far side. It's complete to McGillis for a touchdown.
Again, 3 defenders over there. He just found his way right in the middle of all of them. Wide open for another touchdown.
A 17-yard TD pass, and that's the 2nd time already tonight. Levis and McGillis have collaborated, making it Xavier 13, Newtown 6.
This offense really playing like they've got something to prove tonight.
That was a 80-yard drive, check it, 75-yard drive on only 7 plays. Ball down, ball up, and it is good.
I'll tell you what, just like that. Another 7 points on the board, 8-point lead. Things looking good for Xavier.
A 2-minute and 44-second drive. The Falcons go on 7 plays, 75 yards for their 2nd touchdown, and with 5:37 left, Xavier 14, Newtown 6. Mark, what do you think?
I'll tell you what, we talked about it. This may be a shootout. Now we'll have to see what Newtown's offense does when they get on the field.
Well, we've already seen that Kost can throw.
Yep.
We know what Levis can do. He's going to Penn State.
Yep.
And he's already got 2 touchdown passes in the first 6 minutes and 23 seconds of tonight's game, both to Kyle McGillis.
I'll tell you what, watching both these quarterbacks, if there's a receiver open, you don't have to worry about them getting the ball to them in the right spot.
And the thing is, the quarterbacks for both sides are hitting the receivers in the right spot.
Yep.
All right, back to receive on the near side for Newtown is Riley Ward. Norris will kick off from the 40.
Let's see if they go back to that same return. This whole near side of the field is wide open.
On the far side for Newtown is Jack Kuhn. Here's the boot, and it's another twisting kick. And for the 2nd time tonight, it's going into the end zone.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to worry about a return when you kick it like that.
So the Nighthawks will take over at their 20-yard line, 1st down and 10. And do they grind it out now, try to establish some kind of a running game, or do they keep throwing in the air?
I'll tell you what, that long pass only happened because Kost had to roll out because of the pressure. So I don't think that's what they want to do, but I think they may end up having to do it.
2 split to the left or the near side or the east side of the field, 1 split to the right. And Cost calls out the numbers. Cost hands the ball off to Miller, looks to sweep around the right side, tries to find running room, strung out, and is run out of bounds.
Miller got the corner, and that's why he got a couple of yards. He just outran the defensive line.
Let's see where they mark the football. They spot it at the 23. Call it a gain of 3 yards. That'll set up a 2nd down and 7. Ball on the far hash mark. Paget split wide to the left. In the slot left is Ward. Cost again hands off to Miller, tries the middle of the line, and he is brought down for no gain.
Well, I think that play right there was one to set up another play. You see number 20, Riley Ward on that play, taking a couple of steps back behind the line of scrimmage, looking for a pass. I think they wanted to see if they could get the run. If not, they're going to go back to that pass.
They're going to call it a 1-yard gain, setting up a 3rd down and 6 from the 24-yard line. Cost now looks to the sidelines, and he's getting a play from his coach, first-year coach Bob Pattison, running through some signals. And now Cost back to his line, calls out the numbers. Cost takes the snap. Cost hands the ball off to Miller, tries the right side, has a 1st down as he carries across the 30, then is pushed back, but they're indicating the forward progress is good for a 1st down.
Yeah, he got a nice push from the offensive line. He just got right behind him and followed him until they got to the 1st down marker.
And how about running on 3rd down?
Yeah.
3rd and 6. All right, now Cost again gets a play from his coach. And so it is a Newtown 1st down, 2 wide out, split to the right. Miller aligns to the left of his quarterback, Ryan Cost, the senior, out of the shotgun formation. Now, man in motion to the left. Here's a pass to the right side, tipped and incomplete.
That was one of those scary ones if you're the coach of Newtown. That ball was tipped straight up into the air. Those are the ones that get picked off.
And that stops the clock with 3:40 remaining in this first quarter. Xavier leading Newtown 14-6. Paget split to the left side, and so is Riley Ward. Now all the players looking to the sideline for a play. The entire team for Newtown looking to the near side
yeah, just
to get
like
that
we saw
play.
last week. They don't huddle up. They stay right there at the line of scrimmage. Doesn't really give the defense time to change players up.
2 wideouts in tight on the right side. Cost gets the snap. Cost back to pass. Flag is thrown. Pass to the right side, and Talbot, but the play is stopped.
Flag's over here on the near side.
And we'll see what this call is, as the play was stopped dead, and it's going to be offsides against the Falcons.
Yeah, what they did was they switched up a couple of players here. Number 10 for Xavier, he jumped up and was going to come from this near side of the field, and he just jumped a little bit too quick.
That'll bring the ball up to the 36-yard line, setting up a 2nd down and 5 for Newtown. They're at their 36, ball on the far hash mark. And Cost, back to pass, rolls to the near side, throws to the near side, incomplete, nowhere near the intended receiver, Riley Ward.
And the nearest defender, McGillis, was about 7 yards away from him, so had that been a good pass on the money, he might have had some daylight to run.
So that'll set up a 3rd down and 5 from the 36. Running up on the left side is Paget. Also on the left side is Ward. 2 wideouts on the right are Talbot and Lucas. Miller in the backfield with Cost. And Cost takes the snap. Cost back to pass. Throws to the right side. The ball is tipped, almost picked off by Nick Hasselman.
Again, I think Cost had to throw that ball just a couple of seconds sooner than he really wanted to due to the pressure from the defensive front.
And Newtown will be forced to punt. McGillis drops back at his 35-yard line. Cost will be on to punt with 3:28 left in the first quarter, and Xavier on top by the score of 14-6. Now McGillis drops back to his 30. Cost lines up at his 22 as he awaits the snap on 4th and 5. A long count. Here's a high snap. Cost now does get the punt off. It's a pretty good one. Wobbling to the far side. Rolls inside the 30. Still rolling. and it stops inside the 15-yard line, Mark.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dan, you know what really helped that out was that bad snap. It allowed the kick coverage to get down there.
And so Xavier will be pinned inside its 20-yard line with 3:16 left in this first quarter, leading by 8 points.
Well, last time they moved it right down the field, took less than 3 minutes. Still 3 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. See if they can get some more points on the board.
Ball marked at the 14-yard line. And Levis, with Abrahams Jr. lining up right next to him, calls out the numbers. McGillis split to the left. He's in tight. And here is Levis on a reverse. Hands the ball to McGillis. Comes to the near side. Tries to turn the corner, but is tackled out of bounds at the 17.
Boy, a lot of running that time for just 2 yards.
Well, Newtown picked up that reverse right away.
Yeah, they saw him coming across the backfield there, and they knew it was coming.
Well, they're going to mark the football at the 19.
Yeah, so more than I thought.
Yeah, call it a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6. McGillis wide left. Hyatt split to the right. Ball on the near hash mark. Abrahams behind Levis. Levis takes the snap. Levis back to pass. Throws to the left. It's complete to Hasselman. He's at the 25 and is tackled at the 30, but he's got a first down.
Giving him a lot of room out there. Again, Levis is going to put the ball right on the money. Hasselman makes that catch, turns it upfield, gets enough yardage for a first down.
Nick Hasselman, a junior. It'll be a 1st down and 10, just shy of the 30-yard line. Call it the 29-yard line of Xavier. Hyatt wide right. Hasselman in the slot right. McGillis split to the left. And now in motion to the near side is Kolosensky. Levis with a high snap. Throws to the near side. It bounces away off the fingertips of Hasselman, incomplete.
Oh, very nearly could have been intercepted, but he was hit by Padgett as soon as he touched that ball.
That'll set up a 2nd down and 10 from the 29-yard line.
Must have seen something in the films because they're doing a lot of those quick passes.
Yep. Adrian Hyatt, wide right. In the slot right now is Kolosensky. 2 split to the left side. Levis with Abrahams behind him. Now he hands the ball off to Abrahams on the draw. He's up to the 35, far side 40, and he's run out of bounds at the 40, but it is a Xavier first down.
Boy, you could see that open right up from the get-go. You see it develop from up here in our vantage point.
Well, Abrahams had a big game last week, rushed for 147 yards on 24 carries.
Yeah, looks like he could have another big one tonight, too.
Sure
Every time
does.
he touches the ball, he's ripping off 8-10 yards.
Ball marked at the 40-yard line. It will be 1st down and 10 for Xavier. 3 wideouts split to the right. McGillis in tight on the left side. The ball on the far hash mark. Levis fires over the middle, incomplete.
Yeah, probably a wise throw that time by Levis. Double coverage there.
And so that will set up a 2nd down and 10. Levis, as we told you, not afraid to throw that football in his own right.
McGillis just went off the field.
2nd down 10. Levis awaits the snap, gets the snap, fires to the near side, and Hyatt complete. Hyatt looks for running room up to the 45, tackled at the 49, and then a flag is thrown.
Yeah, that flag came in towards the end of the play. It was a nice move that time by Hyatt.
Indication is it's going to be against Xavier.
Yeah, it's a hold.
And that brings a response from the Newtown fans who made the drive out here to Middletown tonight.
Shame because that block in the back was away from the play. It's probably about 10 yards down the field.
So they're going to march off the penalty, bringing it back to the 36-yard line. And that will set up a 2nd down and 14 for Xavier. Ball at their 36. And the ball on the near hash mark.
Lots of room over there on that left side for McGillis. I wouldn't be surprised if they go that way right now.
2 wideouts in tight on the right, 2 to the left. And Levis calling out the numbers. Levis holds his hands chin high. Levis takes the high snap, fakes the handoff, looks to run on the left side, but he is tackled at about the 36 maybe a gain of a yard.
Yeah, sniffed out by the defensive line that time. They were not surprised by it. Levis gave Abrahams the fade to the field, the far side.
Ryan Williams, the 6'6", 200-pound senior, in on the tackle. A gain of 1, call it third down 13 from the 37-yard line of Xavier. 3 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Ball in between the hash marks. Levis and a long count. Levis back to pass. Levis heaves it up over the middle. It is complete to Hasselman at the 50. Down to the 45, 40, and he is tackled inside the 40-yard line, but it is a first down for the Falcons.
Well, Hasselman found just a little bit of a hole there in the defensive backfield, and he was wide open. Levis put it right there in his hands.
It'll be a 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line of Newtown. Xavier on top, 14-6. Clock running, 25 seconds remaining in the period. Levis looks to the sideline for a play from his coach, Andy Guyon. Levis in a long count. Levis takes the snap, back to pass. Levis now into some pressure, fires to the left side, hit, and it is almost intercepted. Yes, they're going to say it is picked off. The ball was caught just before it hit the ground. It is a Newtown pick, and the Nighthawks will take over.
Levis running to the official on that side of the field saying, no way, he has his hands out. Said that was not a catch. Doesn't matter whether he can bark all he wants. The official has said it's an interception, and that's the way it's going to stand.
Yes, it is. Big interception because Xavier was on the march again, Mark.
Absolutely.
So Newtown will take over with 6 seconds left in the period at the 24-yard line. Cost. Out of the shotgun formation. Cost. And a long count. Cost takes the snap. Back to pass after faking off the handoff. Fires deep to the near side. And the ball is complete to Paget. And he carries down to the 34-yard line and is tackled inside the 34 for a first down.
Well, and that's the quarter, but pump fake froze the defensive back, and then he took off running.
And that is the end of what has been a very entertaining first quarter with the score Xavier 14, Newtown 6. We'll be back with second quarter action in just a moment. You are listening to Catholic High School Football on 88.9 WJMJ.
Xavier High School Football on WJMJ, underwritten in part by Connecticut Rental Centers, 30 DeKoven Drive in Middletown. A locally owned and operated family business since 1969, offering event rentals of tents, tables, chairs, china, and glassware. Contractor rentals for backhoes, loaders, compressors, and chippers. Plus, do-it-yourself rentals of tillers, leaf blowers, brush mowers, and trimmers. Connecticut Rental Centers at ctrentalcenter.com and ctrentalequipment.com. Connecticut Rental Centers in Middletown, proud to support Xavier High School football on WJMJ.
What's going on this Saturday morning on the WJMJ Weekend Wake Up Show? Sing-along songs and words of wisdom every hour. We'll play triple trivia at 9:20 a.m. and My Three Songs at 10:20 a.m. Plus, between 11 a.m. and noon, we do a rapid recap of all the Brainbender questions and answers that they asked during the week, in case you missed any. And tons of music that you can't find anywhere else. I'm Tom Zarecki. It's this Saturday morning from whenever you wake up till noon, the Weekend Wake Up Show on WJMJ.
It's the start of the second quarter. Newtown has the football, trailing Xavier 14-6. And it is first down and 10 from the 34. Cost back to pass, and he buries it. No flag thrown. It'll be an incompleted pass.
Well, there were 3 Xavier defenders right there in the backfield, right on top of him. He had no choice but to get rid of that ball.
That'll set up a second down and 10. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line of Xavier. Off of that incompleted pass, but that was the big pass play before, Mark. Cost to Paget.
Yeah, that was a nice play. Paget had just kind of stop and go. Burnt his defender. Was wide open.
So it's going to set up a second down and 10 from the Xavier 35 for Newtown. Man in motion to the near side, and flags are thrown.
Xavier is saying it is against Newtown. And it is indeed.
It is a penalty. A procedure call against the Nighthawks brings the ball back to the 40. That'll set up a second down and 15. These days, of course, Newtown is in 4-down territory.
All right.
The way the high school game is changing. 2 wide out, split to the left, 2 to the right. Now man in motion to the near side. And Koss takes the snap. Back to pass. Heaves it up down the near side. And it is incomplete.
Nice
the
job.
Intended receiver, Riley Ward, but it was broken up, Mark.
Nice job by the defender to get back on the coverage and then just knock the ball out of his hands at the very last second.
So that'll set up a 3rd down and 15 from the 40-yard line.
Well, if you're Xavier, here's where you got to bring the pressure.
You think here? Yeah.
Nice time to get a sack.
Yeah. That would force a punt, I would think.
I would think so, especially with the way Koss can punt the ball, pin him back deep.
Now Lucas split way to the right. I mean, he is almost on his sideline. That's how far right he is. And the ball is on the near hash mark. That's a wild formation. Here's a handoff on the counter and carrying for maybe 3 yards, perhaps 4, is number 21. That's like Matthew Dubois.
Nice job by Danny Taylor coming up and finishing off that tackle to ensure that the runner couldn't make any more yardage.
So a gain of 3 down to the 37. That'll set up a 4th down and 12. They are going for it. Not a surprise here, Mark.
No, not at all.
Again, split almost to the sideline is Lucas. That's how far to the right he is, or to the near side. 2 wideouts on the right, 1 on the left. Koss back to pass. There's the pressure, and he rolls to the near side, throws down the right sideline, incomplete.
Yeah, no chance for any receiver or defender to get that ball. So Xavier now will take over. Pretty decent field position.
And with 10:49 left in the half, Xavier leads it by the score of 14-6.
Now let's see if they can get something going again. Last drive, right up until that controversial interception there, they were moving the ball right down the field.
Now the ball will be marked at the 37-yard line of the Falcons on a very warm, humid evening at Palmer Field. Temperature in the mid-70s. It's almost as if it's Friday Night Lights in Florida tonight.
Absolutely. Plenty of open seats if you want to come down and see some great high school football.
2 wideouts split to the left for Xavier. Levis, the quarterback. Abraham's behind him. Levis takes the snap, passes to the near side, and Hasselman looks to turn the corner. Can't. And he's tackled around the collar for no gain.
Yeah, Hasselman was looking for that block from McGillis over here on the corner. Just didn't come that time. Was lucky enough to get back to the line of scrimmage, though.
That'll set up a 2nd down and 10. Ball on the near hash mark this time. 37-yard line. And now split to the right side.
Boy, Jordan Camp, too, split way out to the right.
Way out to the right. I don't get it, but that's maybe the new formation. Who knows? Hasselman in motion to the near side, then stops. Levis takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the right. Now he's forced out of the pocket, spins to the 40, bulls forward, and is tackled at about the 43, way shy of a 1st down.
Nice job by Levis that time, though, to pick up some positive yardage.
Yeah.
Could have been sacked in the backfield.
So call it a gain of almost 6, setting up 3rd down and a long 4, just shy of the 43-yard line. Split wide to the right is Hyatt. 2 split to the left on the near side, the short side of the field. And now, man in motion to the right side. Levis in a long, long count. Levis still barking out the numbers. Takes the snap, back to pass, fires to McGillis on the near side, complete for a 1st down, breaks a tackle, and is finally tackled out of bounds inside the 45-yard line of Newtown.
Boy, nice job by McGillis that time after making the catch, making sure he got that 1st down yardage by spinning to the outside and heading up the field.
I was wondering where McGillis was. We hadn't seen him for a while. They're going to mark the football at the 45-yard line of Newtown. And so it will be 1st down and 10 for Xavier.
And again, you look, same formation. They have a receiver split way out to the right. That opens up that middle area for another receiver or a back to fill in.
Arcelius Ruiz now in there. He's in the backfield. McGillis split to the left. Abrahams behind Levis. Levis takes the snap, back to pass, fires to the right side, off the fingertips of Hyatt, incomplete. He was wide open.
He was wide open. That ball had a lot of juice on it that time, just off the hands.
So that'll set up a 2nd and 10. I'm wondering if he took his eye off the ball.
I think that's what it was. He took his eye, looked upfield before he actually caught it.
So 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line. Hyatt again, wide right. McGillis split to the left. Ball on the near hash mark. Hasselman now in the slot right. Abrahams behind Levis. 4-3 defense shown by Newtown. Levis takes the snap, throws to the near side, complete to McGillis at the 40. Breaks a tackle, breaks another 30, 25, 20, 15, stops, and is finally pushed out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A first down for Xavier.
Well, I'll tell you what, great second effort that time by McGillis. First defender had him. He slipped out of that tackle. Next tackler had him up high. He slipped out of that, got himself a lot of extra yardage.
Ball spotted at the 14-yard line, a first down and 10.
He's coming off the field. He looks fine, though.
And replacing McGillis is Matthew Carbone, split to the left. Abrahams behind Levis. Hasselman also in the backfield. Hyatt wide right. Levis hands the ball off to Abrahams. Flag is thrown. Abrahams middle of the line, heads down into the end zone for a touchdown. But a flag was thrown, and it's going to be called back.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be legal procedure.
Yep, that seems to be the preliminary indication, and yes, it is illegal procedure against the Falcons.
Well, I'll tell you what, too, on that, it's a shame because that play, same thing. He just needed a crack of daylight, and that's all he had, and he found his way to the end zone.
That'll bring the ball back to the 19-yard line, and will set up a first down and 15 for Xavier.
No big deal.
Well, I mean, they're up 14-6. 8:48 left in the half. Everything seems to be going Xavier's way. Time of possession, number of plays run.
Yeah, they really have controlled the defense here.
One wide out to the right, one to the left. Abrahams behind Levis. 1st and 15 from the 19. The offensive line spread. Here's the give to Abrahams. Tries the left side of the line. Pulls forward down to the 15. Takes 3 players to bring him down, but he is tackled.
Jack Mulligan that time. He snuck up on it. Made the tackle.
Number 13.
Mulligan playing linebacker.
So call it a gain of 2 to the 17. That'll set up a 2nd down and 13. With Hasselman in the backfield, McGillis now out there, split to the left or the near side. Abrahams behind Levis. Levis back to pass. Rolls to the right. Heaves it up down the right sideline. Out of bounds.
Yeah, Levis looked downfield, saw there was nothing there. Just unloaded that time.
And that'll set up a 3rd down and 13.
Well, when you want something big, you go to McGillis.
Exactly.
He's on the field. He's over here on this near side. He has won every matchup so far.
And you can't discount the foot of Samuel Norris.
Absolutely.
Norris last week unleashed a 35-yard field goal in the loss to Norwich Free Academy. So, Levis from the shotgun formation. Abrahams behind him. 2 wide out split to the right are Hyatt and Hasselman. McGillis in tight on the left. 3rd and 13 from the 17-yard line. Levis back to pass. Levis looks to the right. Heaves it up to the right corner. Overthrown. Hyatt, the intended receiver.
Well, the problem that time, Hyatt turned the wrong way. He turned in, should have turned out. The ball would have been right there.
So Xavier, which has had the football now for 3 minutes and change.
Yeah, going to go to the foot of Norris.
For the foot of Norris. This will be a 33-yard field goal attempt.
He's kicking from the left hash. Makes it a little more difficult.
Jojeski will hold as Norris awaits the snap. Ball down. It has the distance, and it is good.
Wow. Right between the uprights. You don't see anything any better than that on a Sunday afternoon.
No, you do not. A 33-yard field goal by Samuel Norris now makes it Xavier 17, Newtown 6. with 7:57 remaining in this second quarter. Now, if you're Newtown, what do you do here?
Well, Padgett's the guy for them that's been open, and mixing in runs every once in a while.
I mean, there's no question Newtown has the tools.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. The difference between the two teams right now, at least at this point of the game, is Levis has had no pressure on him whatsoever, where Xavier has gotten into the Newtown backfield.
Meanwhile, if you're Coach Andy Guyon, he's telling his players, look, fellas, we were in the same position last week, and you know what happened.
Right, do not let up. Keep the pedal to the floor.
Xavier at one point led Norwich Free Academy 23-11. And then we all know what happened.
Norris to kick off for Xavier. Number 20, Riley Ward.
All right, Norris will kick off from the 40, moving from right to left. And Kuhn is deep on the near side, and deep on the far side is Lewis. Or check it, deep on the far side is Ward. Here's the kick, and it's pulled in by Kuhn, middle of the field, 10. He's up to the 15, 20. Looks for running room on the far side, 30, 35, 40. Now he breaks a tackle, still on his feet, and is finally brought down at the 45-yard line. But what a great return.
Yeah, nice job by Kuhn that time. He saw the seam, cut it up the field, then saw he had a cutback, headed back to the center of the field, and finally Xavier brought him down just before midfield.
So Jack Kuhn with a fine return. Ball is at the 45-yard line of Newtown, where it will be first down and 10. 7:44 left in the half, 17-6 Xavier. Cost the quarterback. Two receivers in tight on the left. The give is to Miller, looks for running room and goes nowhere.
Absolutely nothing there. Defensive line just ate him right up.
Call it a 1-yard gain to the 46, setting up a second down at 9 for Newtown. This time split to the right side is Lucas as the players look to the near side bench for a play. Padgett lines up on the left side. Miller in that backfield along with Talbot. Now Talbot lines up on a wing left side. Two receivers split to the right. Here's the snap. Cost back to pass. Cost has a lot of time. Now he's going to run with the football. He's up to the 50 and gets tackled around the ankles at midfield.
Nice job by Isaac Cugulio, catching him from behind before he could get to the first down sticks.
That would have been a big gain otherwise.
Nice job.
Anyway, Newtown is in Xavier territory. Ball marked at the 48. Setting up a third down and call it a short 4. Two wideouts split to the left. Now Cost is going to line up as a receiver, and then whistles are blown. Looked to be a lot of confusion on that formation.
I think what it was they tried to catch him off guard, and unfortunately they weren't ready to run that play at that time, and it really would have caught nobody off guard.
So Newtown spends its first time out of the half with 6 minutes 23 seconds remaining in the half. And the score, Xavier 17, Newtown 6 at halftime. We'll be joined by the headmaster here at Xavier, Dave Eustace.
Yeah, an old friend of ours. He was more than happy. We talked to him before the game. More than happy to come on up here and talk about Xavier High School.
Yes.
Some of the things going on there.
Of course, we remember him from his days at Northwest Catholic.
Yep.
And we look forward to chatting with Dave at halftime. Meanwhile, Xavier back on the field. Newtown around its coach, Bob Pattison, in his first year at the helm. Had been a defensive coordinator.
Cost headed right back out there as a wide receiver.
So that's going to be the play here.
Ben Savango is going to be on him. There's a big height matchup difference there. Let's see if Xavier can bring the pressure.
Jack Mulligan, the quarterback. Mulligan's going to run with the football. Bulls forward and carries down to the 45. Looks like he's got a first down.
Yep, that fall forward is what got it for him.
First down.
They send Cost out. I'm sure everybody keyed on him. He was going to be the guy getting the ball. They were going to throw it to him. But he's going to stay out there as a receiver.
Yes, he is. He's going to stay out there as a receiver. Two wideouts in tight on the right. Cost split to the left. Mulligan in the rifle formation, takes the snap, looks to run again, bulls forward for a couple of yards, and then is pushed back. But he picked up 2 or 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, he's a good power back. Gets some momentum behind him. Hard to bring down.
Mulligan, a 6'2", 205-pound sophomore. That is a tough player to bring down.
Absolutely. Cost comes back to the quarterback spot.
Gain of 3, 2nd down and 7 from the 41-yard line. 2 wideouts split to the right, 1 to the left. Cost, rifle formation. Cost takes the snap and hands the football off to Miller, and Miller carries off tackle inside the 40.
Well, interesting, the last 3 plays, all runs, no passes mixed in.
Jack Miller on the carry for Newtown.
So again, 4-down territory.
That brings the ball down to the 39. Call it 3rd and 4. This time split to the right side is Riley Ward in tight. Wide left is Paget. Cost lines up under his center this time. Hands the ball off to Miller. He cuts off tackle over the 35, down to the 34. He looks to have a first down.
I'm going to say they're going to mark him short, I think.
You think?
Yeah. Looked like he had it, but now where they're marking it on the sticks, maybe his knee hit the ground.
Maybe it did. They're going to put it back at the 36 mark. That's going to set up a 4th and 2. 4th and 2 again.
Well, watch him try to power it right up the middle here.
Cost under his center this time.
Everything's jammed in tight. Linebackers coming up.
No pistol formation here. He's under center, and he hands the ball off to Miller, and
he did
stopped.
Not get there. Danny Taylor coming up from that defensive back spot to make the stick, finish him off before he could pick up the yard.
And correction, that was Dan Mason on the carry, stopped by Danny Taylor. Danny stopped Dan that time.
Well, Xavier will take over with 4:11 to go. Plenty of time to move the ball down the field and put it in the end zone.
So Xavier will have the football at its 35, 1st down and 10. Leading 17-6. It's a big drive coming up.
Absolutely. They put points on the board here. They're going to be in good shape headed into the second half.
Hasselman split wide to the left.
Watch Abrams over here, too. Abrahams.
Yeah, Abrahams is in the slot left this time. No running backs. 2 wideouts on the right, 3 on the right. Levis back to pass, fires to the right, and a flag is
down.
Thrown. McGillis, did he catch the ball?
I don't think he caught it.
No.
Maybe there was an interference before it. The flag is over in that area.
Officials talking things over. And we'll wait for them to sort it out.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Well, it seemed like they were sending everybody out to receive the football.
Well, that's the luxury you have when your offensive line is giving you that kind of protection. They declined the penalty.
So that's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 from the 35-yard line.
McGillis headed to this near side from the far side.
Hasselman joins him. 2 wideouts on the right. Abrahams lines up behind Levis. Levis from the pistol. Levis now fakes the handoff, fires to the right side, caught in the backfield by Xavier player, and he carries across the 45. And on the reception that time was Ben Deveron.
Yeah, Deveron, nice job to get the first down by diving, leaving his feet.
And now Xavier in the hurry-up offense. Ball marked at the 46-yard line of the Falcons. 1st down and 10 on the far hash mark. Xavier moving from right to left. Levis back to pass. Throws to the near side, complete to Hyatt at the 50. And he's tackled from behind by 2 players at the 49-yard line. Among those in on the tackle, Talbot.
Nice yardage on 1st down. Again, he was looking for that one block on the corner, just didn't get it.
Marlon Connor also in on the stop for Xavier. 2nd down and 5 from the 49-yard line of Newtown.
A lot of room over there for McGillis.
Levis now is going to run with the football, and he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Big loss.
Yeah, probably the first time there's been some good pressure by Xavier, and they catch him in the backfield for a loss.
So that brings the ball back to the 48-yard line and will set up a 3rd down and 8 for Xavier in the Falcons' territory.
McGillis coming back over here to the near side. He's going to wear out the defensive backs, that's for sure.
3 wideouts split to the right. Abrahams behind Levis. Levis in a long count. Pistol formation. Levis back to pass. Throws to the near side. Complete to McGillis at the 48. Way shy of a first down.
Yeah, that time the coverage was right there. As soon as McGillis caught the ball, he was hit and brought down.
That's going to set up a 4th down and 3. And now a timeout is called by Xavier with 2:11 remaining in the half, and the score Xavier 17, Newtown 6. What do you think Xavier's talking about here?
Well, the only reason they would take a timeout is if they're going to go for it here on 4th down. They want to be absolutely positive that they have the right play in there and that everybody understands what their role is here on this play and pick up this first down, because you don't want to give Newtown the ball here this late in the first half.
They mark the football at the 46-yard line of Newtown on the near hash mark. It's going to be 4th down and a long 2 for the Falcons.
They really have showed they can't be stopped.
That's right.
Probably not a bad time to go for it. However, again, if you give up the ball here, you're giving Newtown a shot to get right back into this game before
they're going
half.
for it. I think they're going to go for it. Maybe Levis on the keeper. You never know. Hand off to Abrahams, who hasn't carried the ball as much tonight as he did against NFA last week.
Absolutely. Or it may be they went over to the sidelines and they said, look, we're going to do a hard count. Nobody move.
Try to draw them offsides?
Draw them offsides, get the first down the easy way.
All right. Levis out of the pistol formation. Abrahams behind him. Now man in motion is Hyatt. Levis back to pass. Jump pass to the near side, and Abrahams. Abrahams has the first down and more. 30, 25, breaks the tackle, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Xavier.
Well, nice job by the lead blockers that time. They got out there out front of Abraham. You got a flag in the end zone after the play for celebration, I'm sure.
There's a flag on the play.
There's on the sidelines as well.
Well, how about that pass, Mark?
Well, I'll tell you what. One of those passes just behind the line of scrimmage in the flat, and he followed his blockers, made his way up the field, following the blockers all the way down.
That'll go in the books as a 46-yard touchdown pass by Levis, and Xavier now leads it by the score of 23-6.
My guess on the far side is, again, a sideline warning, and then an unsportsman in the end zone.
Yeah.
It is a touchdown by number 21, Tyrone Abrams.
Well, it is a touchdown. Levis to Abrahams.
Now it's probably they'll assess it on the kickoff, not here on the extra point.
Gelati will hold for Norris.
Meanwhile, Norris will attempt the point after. Gelati will hold. Ball down, kick is up, way good.
They put it in the street.
My goodness. That almost ended up in Ilianos.
The extra point is good by Norris.
So the extra point is good, and with a minute 53 left in the half, it's now Xavier 24, Newtown 6.
Well, that's really the way you want to go out here in the first half, putting points on the board, making a statement.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that this Newtown defense has to be, particularly on a night like tonight, gasping for some air. They've been on the field a long time in the first half.
Absolutely. This offense of Xavier has controlled the time of possession up and down this field.
All right, back to receive for Newtown. On the near side is Jack Pune. And on the far side is Riley Ward.
They're having a big, long discussion over there in the huddle before the kick team comes out.
Now, remember, they have to assess the penalty.
And I'm sure what's going on over there right now is they're being told, do not give up anything big here. Stay in your lanes, go down the field, and make the tackle.
An 18-point lead for the Falcons. And Samuel Norris, with the penalty being assessed here on the kickoff, will kick off from his 25-yard line.
I don't think they're back deep enough, to be honest.
I agree. They're lined up at the 25. Kuhn on the near side, Ward on the far side. From his 25-yard line, runs up to the football and the boot.
That's
angling
to that open
to the far
spot.
side.
That's a live football there.
And the ball is picked up at the 20-yard line by Ward. He's at the 30, far side 40, and he's tackled hard at the 40-yard line.
Big tackle that time. Big number 14 stepping up, making the tackle and dropping him to the turf.
So with 1:46 left in the half, Newtown will have the football, first down and 10 at its 40.
Well, something the Xavier defensive line has done a lot here in the first half is rotated their defensive linemen. Looks to me like the starters are back out there. Let's see if they can pin their ears back and go get them.
Yes. 24-6, Xavier. Newtown has the ball. Cost the quarterback. Cost takes the snap, rolls to the near side. Cost under pressure, heaves it up down the near sideline, and somehow it is caught. It is complete to Riley Ward for a first down at the 32.
I thought for sure that was either intercepted or knocked to the turf, and Riley Ward just comes out of there with it.
Cost threw into double coverage. So it will be first down and 10 for Newtown at the Xavier 32-yard line. Two wideouts split to the left, one to the right. Cost. Pistol formation, takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the near side, rolls to the near side, now changes directions, throws to the left side, and it is almost picked off. Did Talbot catch the ball? Yes,
he did.
Complete to Talbot.
Now they're going to...
Some confusion as to whether it was complete. They're going to say incomplete. They're going to bring it back to the 32. With 1:07 left in the half. That will set up a second down and 7. Second down and 10.
I thought for sure that was an interception.
Me too. Paget, wide left. Two wideouts on the right are Talbot and Lucas. Back to pass is Cost. Dumps a screen off over the middle, and getting tackled following a gain of about 4 yards is Riley Ward.
Boy, right play that time. The defense came, a lot of pressure, just dumped it over the defense.
And now Newtown is going to spend its second time out of the half. 51 seconds left in the half, and Newtown desperately trying to get in the end zone before the half.
They absolutely want points, and as far as we know, we haven't seen it. They don't have a field goal kicker, at least not like Samuels.
Right. Well, they want to get 6 points here.
They want 6,
more.
but take anything you can get,
yes.
I think, at this point.
So when play resumes, now let's see where they spotted the football. It's going to be third down and call it 6 as they mark the football at the 28-yard line.
A name we haven't called in a little while is Paget. He made all kinds of catches in the first quarter. He's been quiet in the second. I wouldn't be surprised if he's the guy they throw in his direction.
Well, the Falcons back on the field. Xavier still has 2 timeouts left. Newtown with 1 remaining. Both teams back on the field. 2 wideouts split to the right, 2 to the left. Cost from the pistol formation. Cost. Man in motion is Ward to the far side. Cost back to pass.
Nobody's covering him.
Cost heaves it up deep down the left sideline, and it is intercepted. A flag is thrown. Let's see if they rule it an interception. Flag is thrown.
That flag was thrown real late.
And now the officials are going to try to sort it out.
Some colorful commentary coming from the crowd.
From the crowd, yes. Here at Palmer Field.
And they're waving that flag off. And I understand what they're saying.
There is no flag in the play.
Okay. No flag. It is an interception, and Xavier will get the ball back with 42 seconds left in the half, leading 24-6. Falcons will be pinned deep in their territory, and they might be content here to just run out the clock.
Yeah, I would think so. Give the ball to Abrahams a couple of times, right up the middle.
They mark the ball at the 2, where it will be 1st and 10.
Or maybe even Levis, quarterback, sneak it just to get it away from the goal line.
Anyway, both teams back on the field on this warm night. Temperature in the mid-70s, humid. So these players have to make sure they're hydrated. From the end zone now, Levis is going to duck in under his center. Levis does keep the football, tries to push forward, and then is pushed back.
Had his helmet ripped off. There's a flag on the right side of the offensive line of Xavier.
And we'll see what this flag is all about. The officials talking things over. As you said, Mark, Levis had his helmet ripped off that time. He was just trying to get some space between the goal line and the rest of the field.
Has there been a call as to what?
No.
Hey, I put the flag to 42 so
All right,
they're like under me. So we gotta come off.
All right, let's see what that call is. Really no indication other than it looks like they're going to run the play over again. I think that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, because they haven't changed the sticks. It still says first down and 10.
Maybe that play was run before play officially resumed. Maybe they didn't get the whistle to start the play. That could be it. They'd have to put 3 seconds back on the clock if that was the case.
Ball is a false start.
All right.
Half the distance to the goal line.
False start. Penalty. Half the distance to the goal line. It was a false start. All right. From the shotgun. Levis back to pass. Throws to the right. And it is complete for a first down out at the 15-yard line.
Jake Gorelnik.
First
time we've called his name tonight, and he was wide open.
The play results in a Xavier. First down.
Now do you chuck it down the field a couple of times?
Yeah, you might. Clock is running, though.
Doesn't look like they're going to line up that way.
No. I mean, they might be content just to run out the clock.
Yeah, take a knee, be done with it.
Levis ducking in under center, and that's what he's going to do, take a knee. And time is going to run out. They're going to let the clock run down. And that is the end of the first half here at Palmer Field. And Mark, it's been a first half that's been all Xavier.
Well, I'll tell you what, they look good tonight. Offense moving up and down the field. Defense getting some pressure. Things are looking good for Xavier.
So at the end of the first half, the score is Xavier 24, Newtown 6. We'll be back with David Eustace in just a moment. You are listening to Catholic High School football on 88.9 WJMJ.
Xavier High School football on WJMJ, underwritten in part by Connecticut Rental Centers, 30 DeKoven Drive in Middletown, a locally owned and operated family business since 1969, offering event rentals of tents, tables, chairs, china, and glassware, contractor rentals for backhoes, loaders, compressors, and chippers, plus do-it-yourself rentals of tillers, leaf blowers, brush mowers, and trimmers. Connecticut Rental Centers at ctrentalcenter.com and ctrentalequipment.com. Connecticut Rental Centers in Middletown, proud to support Xavier High School football on WJMJ.
Hello, this is Father Michael Carlson from St. James Church in Manchester, Connecticut. I'm so happy to be able to invite you to join us here on WJMJ each Sunday at 11 o'clock for an exciting program called Sacred Sounds of Faith. Each week, we will discover and reflect upon the great treasury of the Church's heritage of sacred music. Sacred music offers us a catechism, a deeper expression of prayer that peers deep into the heart of God. After all, as St. Augustine reminds us that when we sing, we pray twice.
And we are back at Palmer Field. Dan Lavallo along with Mark Andrews, Floyd Wright producing back at our WJMJ studios. The score at the half, Xavier 24, Newtown 6. Pleased to be joined by the new headmaster here at Xavier High School, David Eustace. We've seen David at Northwest Catholic and now you're with Xavier. So congratulations. How does it feel?
Thanks. I love it. It's a wonderful place. 700 great young men. A great history from 1963. It's just a wonderful place. Couldn't be happier.
And you come to Xavier as one of the alums was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. How about that?
Yeah. Jeff Bagwell, class of 1986. Big crew from Xavier and also the University of Hartford made their way to Cooperstown. In fact, our academic dean, David Sizemore, was one of his classmates back in 1986.
How about that? Well, talk a bit about what's going on at Xavier High School.
Well, even though the school year just started, this is actually the busiest time of year planning for next year. So a couple dates, just so you know, our shadow visits for 8th graders will begin September 28th. We have our big fall open house on Sunday, October 22nd from 1 until 3:30. So any 7th, 8th grader in the area, feel free to come by. October 25th is when we begin our prep sessions for those kids that want to take the entrance exam. And then, of course, on Sunday, on November 4th and November 18th, those are official entrance exam dates. So you can go to xavierhighschool.org, click on admissions. Everything you need is there. The dates, the online application, the fee structure, anything you need is there. But welcome all 8th grade boys for the year ahead.
David, Xavier has so many attributes. Talk about some of the great things at Xavier High School.
Well, I just think for taking young men and turning them into men, that's kind of our motto, be a man. But I think more than that, a strong academic tradition. We just had 2 National Merit semifinalists named yesterday as the College Board finally allowed us to release that information. Out of the 19 Catholic high schools in Connecticut, we had 2, and there was one other school, I think, it might have been Laurelton Hall, that had 2 also. So we're very proud of those 2 young men. Strong academic tradition, certainly the athletic tradition everyone knows about, but people may not know about our strong performing arts background, music, drama. It's all there for any boy. And then probably 30 clubs and activities that occur during the school year after school.
Talk a bit more about the music.
The music, as you know, we did some major capital construction 3 years ago. We built a whole new music wing. 2 gentlemen that just take these kids from 9th grade through 12th grade. We have kids heading off to college now that are getting music scholarships, pep band, marching band, all sorts of choruses and whatnot, and just very proud of the growth of that program.
And you've got a great athletic complex behind the school, don't you?
Yeah, along with the construction of the art and music wing, we did build a new football, lacrosse, soccer stadium, added a brand new baseball field, which I have not seen a nicer one in the state. It is absolutely beautiful. Next for us, we need to work on the main gym. We do need to expand our weight room. Again, with about 80% of the kids in the school playing a sport, the school wasn't designed for a weight room like you would need today for today's kids. So we really want to take a look at our fitness center and our weight room moving forward.
Is that right? 80% participate in athletics?
Yeah. Wow. And remember, we're unique. We have a sailing program. We're right on the river. We have a full-fledged crew rowing program. We have a rifle team. I'm not sure a lot of people understand that in high school, rifle isn't a real popular sport, but we've got a rifle team. So we do have some unique opportunities beyond the traditional sports.
Now, if people want to know about the dates, how can they get that information? I'm sure you got a website.
Yeah, xavierhighschool.org. You can click right on the admissions tab. Everything you need is right there, even the online application. If you're a family that may have some financial needs, the financial aid application's right online. So, and the financial aid will open in October, so it's not quite up yet, but everything is right on the website.
And I think it's interesting if you're looking ahead to next year, if you're a family looking ahead to next year, what you're saying is you've got to start thinking about that now.
Yeah, and listen, Connecticut has wonderful public schools. So for those families that are looking for a quality private education, in our case, an all-male education, we're a great destination point. And, located right in the center of the state, I was actually looking at a map today. We have kids from as far northwest as Canton and as far southeast as Mystic that come to Xavier every day. So those are committed kids that want to be educated our way.
There's a reason they call it Middletown, isn't it?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
No, it really is something. David, anything else you'd like to add?
No, just thanks. I mean, WJMJ is great for Catholic high school football. We love having you guys here.
Well, we love being here. You're very kind. David, always a pleasure.
Appreciate it. Take care, guys.
Good to
Thanks.
see you. Again, the score at the half is Xavier 24, Newtown 6. Now we're going to send it back to our WJMJ studios where Floyd Wright has a news update. Floyd?
Thanks, Dan. It's 8:13. Here's a look at Southern New England news on WJMJ. Police are asking for the public's help. A silver alert has been issued for Malik Jones. Jones is described as 5'8", weighs 150 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. He was wearing a blue jacket, blue jeans, a black and yellow sneaker set. Anyone with information is asked to call the Hartford Police, 860-757-4000. Police say 2 people were killed and 3 others were injured in a late-night head-on crash in Farmington. 5 adults were taken to 3 hospitals. No names were released. Lawmakers have returned to the Capitol in an attempt to approve an overdue state budget. The Democrat proposal includes a new 49-cent monthly surcharge on cell phones, a new vacation home tax, higher taxes for hospitals, a 25-cent charge per trip on ride-sharing services like Uber, and a 45-cent per pack cigarette tax increase. Carlos Berrios has been sentenced to 14 years in prison for fatally stabbing his girlfriend's ex-boyfriend. The Register reports he was sentenced to first-degree manslaughter in the death of 50-year-old James Foley. State police say no troopers were injured when 2 cruisers were involved in a crash in Bridgeport. Police tried to stop an SUV that was speeding down the median past heavy traffic on I-95. The troopers declined medical attention. Police in East Haven said they arrested Christopher Francis in connection with a July 8th robbery at the Sunoco gas station on Frontage Road. WFSB.com reports Francis is a suspect in another attempted robbery at TA Travel Center in Brantford. A motorcyclist died after a crash involving another vehicle. Bristol police said William Tillotson was first taken to Bristol Hospital. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Bristol Police, 860-584-3031. Here's the forecast from the National Weather Service on WJMJ. Mostly cloudy, chance of a shower, low 63 tonight. Tomorrow, partly sunny, warm, high 82 inland, 77 at the shore. Sunday, partly sunny and warm, high 83 inland, 78 at the shore. Springfield 75, New Haven 75, Bridgeport 74, and Hartford 74. From WJMJ Catholic Radio, where faith meets life. WJMJ traffic, 91 southbound, left lane closed between exits 12 and 10. 95 north, an accident between 17 and 18. 2 lanes are closed. 95 southbound, between 7 and 6, an accident with 1 lane closed.
Hurricanes have been especially destructive this year, but in a desperate situation, there is the possibility for goodness. Hi, this is Father John, and it's so heartwarming to see that WJMJ's listeners are once again showing their love and generosity with contributions for assistance to our neighbors so much in need. USA Today reports that some 80% of hurricane relief efforts are being delivered by privately funded nonprofits, and the bulk of them are faith-based organizations, like Catholic Charities USA, which promises 100% of the money donated reaches victims. None is taken out for administrative costs. You can help Catholic Charities USA, America's official domestic relief agency of the Catholic Church, but helping people regardless of their faith. With your gift, they will provide for the immediate needs and long-term adjustments of suffering people during the months that it will take to recover from the disaster. You can make a difference in 2 ways, with a check or a credit card donation. Make your check out to ORTV and mail it to WJMJ Hurricane Relief at 15 Peach Orchard Road, Prospect, Connecticut, 06712. Mark the memo line Hurricane Relief. Or you can go to WJMJ.org and click on the heart-shaped donation button to make a quick and safe credit card donation. And we'll send on the funds to Catholic Charities. So many need help. Some who lost loved ones, others their homes or possessions, their dreams, or perhaps even their hope. Long days of sweat and worry lie ahead, a hard life. But with your help, burdens can be lifted. And after all, this is where faith meets life.
This is WJMJ Hartford, Connecticut, and WSHU FM HD3 Fairfield, Catholic radio where faith meets life.
We are back at Palmer Field in Middletown. Dan Lavallo along with Mark Andrews. The score at the half is Xavier 24, Newtown 6. Both teams on the field getting ready for the second half. Mark, some of your observations on the first half.
Well, I'll tell you what, this offense really looks tremendous for Xavier. They're doing whatever they want, whenever they want. The only thing that has stopped them is themselves. They had that one interception. They've had a couple of penalties. But other than that, they've been able to do what they want. The difference between this week's game and last week's game, I think, was the pace that Norwich Free Academy ran at Xavier. Yes, they're not huddling, and they're staying right at the line of scrimmage and calling their plays, but they're giving them a rest. They're not running the plays rapid fire, and that's what they couldn't keep up with. That's why they're doing so well tonight.
You know, that's a great point. There's no question NFA dictated the pace of that game, particularly the second half last week.
Yeah, the quarterback for NFA threw the ball 31 times in the second half. You're lucky to have the ball for that many plays. So if you're running that many plays, that just means you're just jamming it and running it every single second.
Well, and to bear out your point, last week in the second half, NFA ran 43 plays to 27 for Xavier.
Absolutely. So the pace of the game was rapid. And I'm not saying they're not in shape, because they are in shape, but for the first game of the season, you're never in that kind of a shape to keep up with that kind of pace. Tonight, it's more their pace.
So if you're Newtown, what do you do in the second half?
Well, you might want to pick up the pace just a little bit. Just continue to throw the ball. Again, I don't know why we haven't seen more balls in the second quarter to Padgett. He was really the big receiver in the first quarter for them, unless maybe he got a little dinged up. But I think they're going to have to go to the air.
All right, we'll see what happens. Again, the score at the half is Xavier 24, Newtown 6. Both clubs going through their calisthenics, and they're going to have a brief meeting at the center of the field. And remember, Xavier will receive the ball to start the second half.
So that's big.
Big indeed. And what we're going to do is step out for just a moment, and then we'll be back with second half action of tonight's game. Again, you are listening to Catholic High School football on 88.9 WJMJ.
Do you know your health status? Screening exams for breast, lung, and colorectal cancers can detect disease early when it is most treatable. Learn about the risk factors for cancer and other diseases, and find out which screening option is best for you by visiting radiologyinfo.org. You'll find over 230 easy-to-understand descriptions of radiology procedures, exams, and treatments. Visit radiologyinfo.org today. Produced by the Radiological Society of North America and the American College of Radiology.
Hi, this is Evan Shaw Mumford from WJMJ, inviting you to join us this Sunday afternoon for The Word Made Fresh. 3 hours of encouraging, uplifting music starting at 3 p.m. We'll hear from Al Kim and the Concert Connection. We'll let you know what's going on in the local community. We'll keep you up to date with the forecast, and we'll do the birthday shout-outs as well. It all starts this Sunday afternoon starting at 3 p.m. Eastern right here on 88.9 WJMJ and WJMJ.org. Catholic radio where faith meets life. Talk to you soon.
We all play a role in keeping our community safe.
Every day, we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life.
It's when something doesn't seem quite right that it's time to pay attention.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
St. Jude continues to advance by increasing cure rates in childhood cancer, and donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. When it comes to research and advancements, there are some things that only we can do because we have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
All right, we get ready to start the third quarter. Newtown moves from our left to our right, or from south to north. Xavier from our right to our left, or from north to south. We are positioned on the east side of the field and getting ready to kick off for Newtown. is Joseph Lewis from the 40. 2 men deep for Xavier. Here's the kick, and the second half is underway. McGillis pulls it in at the 10 on the far side. He's up to the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Breaks the tackle, spins, 45, 50, and it's tackled from behind at the 40-yard line of Newtown on the far side of the field.
What a return for McGillis. Tiptoes up the sidelines here at the 45-yard line, stays inbounds, gets by a couple more defenders, and got another, 10 yards after that.
Connor Marlin, the 6'2", 175-pound junior, making the touchdown-saving tackle.
Well, something the Newtown defense is going to have to do is find a way to get into the backfield to get to Levis. They didn't get next to him at all in the first half.
1st and 10 for Xavier at the Newtown 40. Hasselman in motion near side. McGillis split to the left. Ball on the far hash mark. Levis hands the football off to Abrahams, who carries down the middle inside the 35-yard line, where he is stopped.
What a nice gain on first down. Makes the rest of the series a little bit easier.
Call it a 5-yard gain just inside the 35-yard line. It will be 2nd down and 5. McGillis split to the left. Deveron in the slot left. Hasselman also in tight on the left side. One wide out to the right. Abrahams behind Levis. And Levis takes the snap, back to pass, looks to the near side, throws to Hasselman out of the backfield. He spins and takes the corner and is run out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's the third time they've run this play, and one of these times he's going to get that corner. Just not getting that block on the corner. Get enough to get positive yardage, but not break one free.
He's tackled, call it the 32. It'll set up a 3rd and a long 2. 2 wideouts right. 2 to the left. Levis checks his wristband. Abrahams lines up behind Levis. And the give us to Abrahams, cracks the middle of the line, moves forward, and then is pushed back shy of the first down.
Yeah, looks like he's going to be pretty, maybe just a half a yard short.
They'll go for it.
Without a doubt, even if you put Levis up there and just have him run a quarterback sneak, all you got to do is fall forward.
This will be an Xavier 4th down.
It's not going to be a sneak because he's in the shotgun.
3 wideouts right. Now 2 right as Hasselman comes back just to the right of Levis. McGillis split to the left. 4th and 1 from the 31. They give us to Abrahams. He's got a first down and more. Down the middle he goes, and he is tackled inside the 15-yard line.
How about that stiff arm to finish that play off? He carried a defender with him for about 3 yards, stiff arming him right to the ground.
And that'll set up a first down and 10. Call it the 15-yard line of Newtown. Ball in between the hash marks. 2 wideouts to the right, 2 to the left. And calling out the numbers is Levis. Back to pass. Looks to the left, looks to the right, throws to the right, complete to Hyatt. And then he steps out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
Nice concentration by Hyatt going up for that ball. It was a little bit high for him, but to keep his feet in bounds after he caught it. Nice catch.
They'll mark the ball at the 7, and that'll set up a 2nd down and 2 for Xavier. Hyatt split to the right. Now in tight on the left is Joseski. McGillis wide left. Levis with McGillis in motion to the right side, takes the snap, rolls to the left, now fires over the middle, complete for a touchdown.
As Levis rolls to the left, the defense goes with him, leaves the receiver wide open over there in the right quarter of the end zone.
Adrian Hyatt catches the football in the end zone, and it is now 30-6 Xavier.
Nice job finding an open spot back there by Hyatt, and nice job by Levis to find him.
Xavier goes 40 yards on 6 plays. Eats up 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Norris for the point after. Ball down, ball up, and it is no good, off to the right.
Had plenty of distance, just off to the right that time.
So with 9 minutes, 15 seconds left in the second half. It is now Xavier 30, Newtown 6. And now we know why Xavier deferred.
Absolutely, and that's exactly why you do it. You score at the end of the first.
Yep, no question that Xavier has been in control of this game from the start, even from the coin toss.
Absolutely. Everything has gone their way. The weather, the perfect conditions for a game tonight. Field looks like it's in great shape.
So now Norris will kick off from his 40, moving from right to left. Meanwhile, if you're Xavier, you just hang back, do your job on defense, and if you're Newtown, you try to put something together here.
Yeah, and you've got to do it. You got to do it in a hurry to get back into this game. Xavier, you just got to keep the receivers in front of you.
Deep for Newtown on the near side is Lewis. And on the far side is Riley. Here's the kick, end over end kick. It's pulled in, and it's pulled in by Kuhn at the 10. He looks to turn the corner around the left side. He's up to the 30, 35. Now a swarm of Xavier players pushes him back, and the flag is thrown.
They closed pretty quick there. I thought he was going to have a lot better of a return. But the kick team closed on him pretty quick.
So
Block
we'll
in the back.
Sort it all out, yep. That seems to be the preliminary indication. And the penalty against Newtown, a block in the back. And that's going to bring the ball down to the 22-yard line.
It's our first of two games this weekend. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll be in Manchester. East Catholic hosting Berlin.
And we'll get our first look at East Catholic.
Absolutely. One of the 5 teams we cover.
First down and 10. Ball at the 22-yard line. And Cost hands the football off for no gain. I mean, Newtown is attempting to establish a ground game, and it's just not working.
Well, at this point, too, is it a little bit too late?
So call it no gain. Now they're saying it's a loss of inches, so it'll be second down and 10 from the 22. Cost, pistol formation. Cost takes the snap, back to pass, throws to the near side, and it is complete. And it is caught by Talbot at the 34-yard line. He's wrestled to the turf, but has a first down.
Nice crossing patterns that time by Talbot and Lucas. That's what opened him up for the reception.
Shea Talbot, 6 foot, 200-pound junior. And so the ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. It will be first down and 10. Badgett split to the left along with Ward. In tight on the right side is Lucas. Miller to the right of Cost. Cost takes the snap, gives to Miller, tries to spin in the middle of that line, and goes nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Defensive front just dominating the offensive line of Newtown.
You know, that Newtown offense has not been on the field all that much.
No. Nope, the Xavier offense really has controlled the whole game.
And when you think about it now, Xavier has scored 23 unanswered points in this game. They had a 7-0 lead. Then Newtown came back on a touchdown pass by Cost. But since then, it's been all Xavier. 2 wideouts split to the left, 2 to the right. Cost calls out the numbers. Man in motion to the near side is Ward. Cost back to pass. Has some time. Dumps a screen off to the left. Overthrown. Miller, the intended receiver.
Hasselman, the defender there that time. He was going for the big hit. Had he played for the ball, he might have had a pick 6.
That's going to set up a third down and 11 from the 33-yard line of Newtown. As Cost and the team look to the near side, and their first-year head coach Bob Pattison, who won his opener last week over Pomperog 27-0. 2 wideouts left, 2 to the right.
Receiver open on the far side of the field.
Wide open. Cost back to pass. Rolls out of the pocket. Heaves it up down the near side. Out of bounds. Overthrown. Talbot, the intended receiver.
Yeah, Talbot had a couple of steps on the defender, but ended up out of bounds anyways, even if he did come down with it.
And so with 7 minutes, 3 seconds left in the third quarter, and Xavier leading Newtown 30-6, the Nighthawks will be forced to punt. And McGillis drops back inside his 35-yard line.
Now, do you think when we get the ball back, when Xavier gets the ball back, they keep it on the ground to eat up some time?
I think they might, but they're going to go with the regulars at least through the third quarter, I would think. Cost will line up to punt behind his 20. And here is the snap to Cost, a high snap. He has time, gets off the punt. It's a good one, a spinning punt. McGillis is going to let it roll by. Newtown trying to catch up to it, and the ball stops at the 6-yard line. So a good punt by Cost.
Yeah, absolutely. Pins him right up against the end zone. And good job by McGillis that time, getting away from it. Don't take a big hit. Don't take a risk of fumbling the ball. Your offense is moved at will. Get them back out there, let them do their job.
And with 6:51 left in the third period, the ball will be marked at the 6-yard line of the Falcons. 1st and 10, ball on the near hash mark. Levis remains at quarterback. Abraham's behind him.
McGillis is out there. Taylor is out there.
Yeah, they're all out there. I would think through the third period anyway.
Yeah.
Levis lines up way behind his center. Now Hasselman in motion to the near side. Levis in a long count. Almost some movement. Here's a high snap. Levis hands off the football to Abrahams, who cuts off the right side and carries up to the 10-yard line.
You know, that, what is about a 5-yard pickup, 4-yard pickup. He was hit at the line of scrimmage. He just kept moving forward, wouldn't go down.
Yeah, he's tough to bring down, no question about that. So a gain of 4 will set up a 2nd down and 6 from the 10. McGillis wide to the left. And Marlon Connor on him. Hasselman in motion to the right side, then stops on a wing. Levis back to pass, throws to the near side, complete to McGillis at the 15, and Connor wrestles him out of bounds.
Wow, had McGillis been able to shake that tackle, there was nobody in front of him. But it's enough for a 1st down. It keeps the drive moving.
So that will set up a 1st and 10, as Mark said, from the 17-yard line. And that's all Xavier has to do right now is grind it out.
Yep, grind it out, keep the clock moving.
30-6, Falcons. 0-1 on the year after last week's loss to Norwich Free Academy. Here's a pass, and they're going to say it's incomplete.
I think because he was down.
Because he was down. He caught it, but his knees were down. Incompleted pass.
So Levis' pass is completion of 11 Danny Taylor, which results in a loss on the play.
Oh, actually a loss. So a loss on the play. Back to the 16. That'll set up 2nd down and 11 from the 16-yard line. Levis checks the wristbands. Abraham's behind him. Here's the snap. Levis back to pass. Under pressure. Dumps it off to the left side, incomplete.
That's maybe the 2nd time that they've gotten pressure on Levis, causing him to throw the ball away from a receiver.
No, that'll make it 3rd down and 11 from the 16-yard line.
Well, they've had no problem picking that up throughout the rest of the game. Should be a piece of cake.
McGillis wide left. Hyatt to the right. Hasselman in the slot left. Abraham's behind Levis. Levis takes the snap, hands the ball off to Abrahams, tries the middle of the line, spins across the 20, and he's brought down at the 21, way shy of a 1st down, and Xavier will be forced to punt.
Is this the first punt they've had? Maybe the 2nd.
Maybe the 2nd. I don't know. Now, upon further review, I think it is the first punt, as Norris will punt from his 5-yard line. 2 men deep. Ward on the far side, Kuhn on the near side. They line up behind the 45-yard line of Newtown. Here's the snap, low snap. Norris gets off a pretty good end-over-end punt. Fair catch called at the 50, and that's where Newtown will take over the football.
Yeah, decent field position for them to start this drive. See if the defense can step it up. Hold them to a 3-and-out. Get the ball back for the offense.
Ball right at midfield for Newtown with 4:32 left in the third quarter, and Xavier on top by the score of 30-6. Two wideouts split to the left this time are Paget and Riley. Lucas split to the right, ball in between the hash marks. Here's the give to Miller. Looks to turn the corner, but he's going to be brought down to the backfield.
Yeah, he just got hammered there. Big number 74. He steps up, catches him in the backfield, and just whips him to the ground.
Isaac Cajulio in on the tackle. That's going to set up a second down and 14. Ball is marked at the 46-yard line. And Lucas, and a long count. Lucas back to pass. Rolls to the near side under pressure. Heaves it up down the near sideline, out of bounds, into the Newtown bench.
He really had nobody open, so wisely throwing it out of bounds. That's when he's had his best success, though, is as he's rolling out.
Yes, and usually down the sideline.
Yep.
So that's going to set up a third down and 14 from the 46-yard line. As everybody looks to the Newtown bench from the Newtown 11 to get a play. I don't know how much can be said at this juncture.
Yeah.
Down by 24.
Exactly.
Miller lines up to the left of Cost. Ball on the far hash mark. Cost takes the snap. Cost back to pass. Now he hands the ball off to Miller on a counter, and Miller fights to the 45 and then is pushed back.
5 Falcons there to bring him down. Danny Taylor, the last one to finish him off. He's had a great game tonight.
Taylor has. And that's going to set up a fourth down and 14 following no gain. And they're going for it.
Yeah, it's do or die at this point.
Yep.
3:30 to go in the third quarter.
I guess I can understand this. I mean, you know, at this juncture, you're trying to work on some plays. You're down by 24. Fourth down and 14 from the 46-yard line of Newtown. Back to pass is Cost.
Got a man.
Under pressure, forced out of the pocket. Now pushes the football forward to Dubois. Complete down to the 40. He's to the 30, 25, and is tackled near the 20-yard line for a first down and more.
And boy, at the end of that play, he just ran over Kareem Grissom.
Matthew Dubois, the 6'1", 185-pound junior on the reception.
So the broken play ends up in getting him a first down.
Cost literally shoveled that ball forward.
Yeah. It was that or go down.
Ball marked at the 21-yard line of Xavier. First down and 10. 2:35 left third quarter. Xavier on top 30-6. Newtown on the march following a big fourth down conversion. Cost back to pass. Rolls to the near side. Now looking for running room, and he slips behind the 25-yard line.
Boy, the defender overran him as he cut back to the inside, but he lost his footing, and down he went. Big loss.
A 5-yard loss. They mark the ball at the 26. That's going to set up a second down and 15. Meanwhile, Cost looks to the sidelines for a play. Newtown dressed in all-white uniforms with the white helmets. They're trimmed in blue and gold are the unis. Xavier, all-black uniforms, white helmets. Cost back to pass. Cost under pressure. Throws it up down the near side. It is complete to Ward at the 15. Ball is knocked loose, recovered by Xavier, and it should be Falcons football.
Hasselman, he's another one having a big game. He's the guy that came up with the fumble.
And so seemingly with Newtown on the march, they commit another big turnover, and the Falcons will have the football at their 14-yard line.
Boy, Cost never got to see the completion of that play. He never got to see his receiver catch the ball because he got hit and hit hard just as he released it.
Cost paid the price.
Ba-doom-ch.
Hasselman was tackled by number 72, Carson Ivy for Newtown.
So here come the Falcons offense back on the field with 1:33 left in the third period. They're leading 30-6.
First down on their 14.
And Levis stays in at quarterback. McGillis split to the left. Abraham's behind Levis. 3 wideouts on the right side. Levis with 3 touchdown passes tonight.
Here comes some pressure.
Takes the snap, fires to the near side, complete to McGillis, tries to break a tackle, and is spun out of bounds at about the 22-yard line.
And again, that's a play where if he spins out of that, I'm not sure anybody's catching him.
Tackle by Newtown, number 13, Connor Mullin.
So call it a gain of 7. It will be 2nd down and 3. As Levis, with Abrahams behind him, has had a solid game tonight. Right from the get-go. First play of the game was a touchdown pass. Levis back to pass. In the pocket, a fumble, and Newtown recovers.
Just had that ball swatted out of his hands.
Levis fumble on the play, recovered by Newtown.
Newtown fortunate to be right there to recover it.
And so Newtown will get the ball back at the 17-yard line of the Falcons, trailing 30-6.
You don't get much better field position than that. Now up to the defense to get back out there. See if they can hold them. They've done it so far tonight.
Dan Mason back in at fullback for the Nighthawks. And here's the handoff to Miller. Tries the middle of the line and carries inside the 15-yard line down to about the 13-yard line, 12-yard line that time.
Mason came in as the fullback, and he was throwing a block about 15 yards away from the play towards the sidelines.
It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Cost ducks in under his center. Talbot lines up on a wing right side. Mason right behind him. Miller the lone setback now. 2 setbacks. And the give is to Miller. Tries the right side, finds a hole, carries down near the 10-yard line, and is tackled at about the 10.
Cajulo coming from his defensive tackle on the far side of the field, coming from behind to make that tackle.
So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 3. Maybe time for one more play. Newtown's got to hurry here. Cost takes the snap, gives to Miller, who hurdles over the 10. Comes back, moves forward, and might have the 1st down.
It's going to be close.
Meanwhile, time has run out.
They'll spot it first to see, I would imagine, to see if he did get it. It looks like it's going to be about a yard short.
Yep, it does look like it. Meanwhile, that is the end of the 3rd quarter here at Palmer Field with the score Xavier 30, Newtown 6. We'll be back with 4th quarter action. You're listening to Catholic High School football on 88.9 WJMJ.
Xavier High School football on WJMJ, underwritten in part by Connecticut Rental Centers, 30 DeKoven Drive in Middletown, a locally owned and operated family business since 1969, offering event rentals of tents, tables, chairs, china, and glassware, contractor rentals for backhoes, loaders, compressors, and chippers, plus do-it-yourself rentals of tillers, leaf blowers, brush mowers, and trimmers. Connecticut Rental Centers at ctrentalcenter.com and ctrentalequipment.com. Connecticut Rental Centers in Middletown, proud to support Xavier High School football on WJMJ.
It's the best music ever recorded. The Great American Songbook, and you'll hear it every week right here. Hi, this is Dick Robinson. Join me, will you, for American Standards by the Sea. Saturday nights at 7, Sunday evenings at 10, here on WJMJ, Catholic Radio, where faith meets life.
Dick Robinson's American Standards by the Sea.
This is WJMJ Hartford, Connecticut, and WSHU FM HD3 Fairfield, Catholic Radio, where faith meets life.
Start of the 4th quarter on 1st and goal from the 7. Miller carries to the 5 as now Newtown is driving towards the south goal.
Content to try and run the ball in.
2nd and goal from the 5. Cost back to pass. Fires to the left. Incomplete. Dan Mason, the intended receiver.
Nice job by Kareem Grissom to get in there, get his hand in there, knock that ball away from him.
That'll set up a 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line. Newtown moving from our right to our left or from north to south. as Xavier defends the south goal. And now Newtown looking again to the sidelines for a play. These two schools, Mark, have a history. In fact, back in 2014, they met up in the 2014 Class AA Small semifinals, and Xavier won that game 13-7. Cost again under center. This is a different look. Cost back to pass. Now fires over the middle, and did Talbot catch it? No, he did not. Broken up, and the flag is thrown.
The flag is going to be thrown because the defender got up and kind of showboated just a little bit after making a great play, and the flags immediately came out. And it's going to be an automatic first down, I would imagine.
And half the distance to the goal line, I would think. That could shut up a 1st and goal from the 2.5. Flags all over the place after the celebration over Talbot.
And the defender pulled off the field, and he's being talked to by the coaching staff. Tries to plead his case that he was just,
I was just celebrating.
Yeah.
So why are you throwing a flag
yeah, they're
if I'm celebrating?
Allowing it back in the NFL, why not here?
Yeah. Well, the officials are sorting it all out. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Xavier after the play.
So it does bring up a 4th down.
It does bring up a 4th down. 4th and goal from the 2.5. So now I believe Newtown is protesting, claiming there shouldn't be a loss of down here. And they're getting an explanation from the officials. They don't believe they should lose it down here. And I don't think they're going to win this argument, Mark.
Well, because it was after the fact.
After the fact. That's the key. And there is no question that new head coach Bob Patterson is not happy with the explanation, but as you said, it came after the play. So that's going to set up a 4th and goal from the 2.5-yard line. And if Newtown has any hopes whatsoever, they've got to score on this play.
They've got to put it in here.
11:15 remaining in the game, and Xavier is leading by the score of 30-6. And we may get a stoppage in play here.
They're going to take a timeout maybe and talk about it?
I believe they are. Now, wait a minute. Patterson is still in discussion with
maybe where
officials.
It's spotted?
Yeah, maybe he doesn't like the spot. They're not going to take a timeout. A lot of confusion, though. I'll tell you, this has been longer than a timeout.
Yeah, it has. I would think the whistle to put the ball in play is already blown, so they're going to have to get this off in a hurry. No, now they're going to call it in right now.
4th and goal from the 2.5-yard line. Cost under center. Calling out the numbers. Cost gives to Mason, untouched, who carries it to the end zone for a touchdown.
Mason was untouched. Right. I think they were thinking maybe he was going to be the lead blocker. Instead, he got the ball.
And he had a big hole.
That was huge.
So that now makes it 30-12. And Xavier
going to go for 2.
All right, they're going to go for 2 here.
Though. There's confusion out here. Players coming in, going off. Do they even have enough on the field? 3.
Well, if they convert here.
Yes, they do.
They convert here. It's a 2-touchdown game. And here's a pass off to the left. It is complete to Miller on his feet. He struggles and is stopped shy of the goal line.
Wow, how about that? What a job that time by the defense. Hyatt in there. Also number 74, Cajulo. Oh, they gave it to him. Okay, he must have crossed the...
They say he must have crossed the plane. They gave it to him. He must have crossed the plane, Marky, when he was brought down still out of the end zone. We saw that clearly, but he must have broken the plane. That's the only thing I can figure, because they do count the 2-point conversion.
Yep.
And so with 11 minutes, 10 seconds left in the game, it is now Xavier 30, Newtown 14.
Well, and you know what's coming. It's going to be an onside kick. All your hands, guys, going to be right up front.
Well, now it's a 16-point game. 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. not out of the realm of possibility.
Absolutely not. 11 minutes, 10 seconds, plenty of time.
And so Newtown moving from right to left back on the field.
And they are putting their hands team out there. You've got your linebackers, your wide receivers, your running backs.
And this time it's Dominic Scalzo who is going to kick, which tells me, now Ryan Ward teeing it up, which tells me Ryan is better at, that is Joseph Lewis. Lewis will kick, but they're showing onside kick here.
Yeah, no surprise.
10 men are up front for Xavier as Lewis prepares to kick off from his 40. And it is a high end-over-end kick pulled in by Abrahams at the 20, near side of the field, and he's going to take a knee.
There you go.
So here's the situation. 11 minutes, 7 seconds left in the game. It is now Xavier 30, Newtown 14, and the Falcons will have the football, first down and 10 at their 24-yard line.
Boy, if you're a Newtown fan, you've got to hope they can dial something up here on the defensive side of the ball to stop the Xavier offense, something they haven't been able to do for 3 quarters.
Well, Newtown also needs to force a turnover here.
Yep.
So the Newtown fans have come alive. The Xavier fans employing their club on. And Levis from the pistol formation calls out the numbers. Levis takes the snap, gives to Abrahams, who cracks the middle of the line, moves forward, and carries across the 25 to about the 27-yard line.
Well, that may be the strategy here now for the rest of the game. Give Abrahams the ball. Let him carry the load on his shoulders.
So that'll set up a second down and 7 from the 27. Hasselman split to the left. Also wide left is Hyatt. Abrahams lines it behind Levis. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Take some time off the clock here. Levis takes the snap, hands off to Abraham, sweeps around the left side, up to the 30, 40, 50, breaks a tackle, 40, 30, and is brought down from behind at the 15-yard line of Newtown.
Well, you got a flag all the way back here at the 35. My guess, block in the back.
My guess is you're right, and this is going to be called back.
A hold.
Holding against Xavier.
Wow, that's a tough one.
That negates the huge run.
Right in the area where he turned it up the field.
Now that'll bring the ball all the way back here.
Took some time off the clock, but that's got to tire him out a little bit.
It sure has. They're going to bring the ball back to the 26, setting up a second down and 9.
Abraham's off the field on the sideline now, trying to catch his breath.
Levis calls out the numbers. Levis takes the snap. And this time, for a very short gain, the handoff going to Kareem Grisham.
Grisham not the same type of runner that Abrahams is.
Grisham departs. Abraham's back on the field. 1 yard gain, if that.
He took a hard pop at the end of that play, too.
He did. Call it 3rd and 9. Ball just over the 25-yard line. 3rd and 9 for Xavier. And Levis, out of a pistol formation, takes the snap. Back to pass. Looks to the left. Still looking to the far side. Forced out of the pocket. Now fires over the middle. Complete to Hasselman at the 40. He gets stopped, won't go down with 3 men on him, carries to midfield before he's eventually brought down.
Wow, now there's a will. He just kept pushing forward. Was not going to go down.
And as far as Newtown is concerned, he's a Hasselman. He's Nick Hasselman. It's a first down for Xavier at the 49-yard line of the Falcons.
Clock keeps on moving.
2 wideouts left Vasilius Ruiz in that slot left, 2 wideouts right. Xavier moving from our left to our right. They give us to Abrahams, cracks the middle of the line down to the 45, tackle of the first down.
Boy, his sight, his vision, his line of vision is just amazing. I watched him there, and it almost just seemed that he just slowly looked for the holes and found it and picked up good positive yardage.
Ball marked at the 43.5-yard line. Call it second down and 3. Clock running, 8 minutes, 5 seconds left in the game. Xavier leading Newtown 30-14. Abrahams lines up behind Levis. Levis back to pass, throws to the left side, and it is complete to Ruiz. He won't go down, then he's pushed back for no gain.
Not a good-looking pass there that time. Actually, it looks like it might have even been a loss of a yard.
Well, now it comes down to eating up the clock, and Levis is going to take his time. Xavier has had the football for nearly 4 minutes on this drive.
And as you mentioned earlier, this defense has got to be dog-tired. They've been out there all night.
Hyatt wide to the right. Levis calling out the numbers. Levis takes the snap. Levis gives to Abrahams, looking for running room, breaks a tackle, and is brought down at the 40, but he might have a first down.
The play was designed to go to the right side. It wasn't there. Abrahams cut it back to the inside, found a small seam, picked up first down.
And that's all Xavier needs to do right now. In fact, Andy Guyan said one of the reasons this club lost to NFA last week was they couldn't get those first downs in the fourth quarter. Well, the big first down here, 1st and 10 at the 40 of Newtown. Levis takes the snap, back to pass. Levis sets up, heaves it up deep down the left sideline, and McGillis can't make the over-the-shoulder catch.
I'm kind of surprised there was no flag down there. A lot of contact.
Connor Marlin all over him. And so that stops the clock with 6:41 left in the game, and will set up a second down and 10 from the Newtown 40. Levis checks his wristband, then sets something to Abrahams behind him. 2 wideouts on the right, 1 to the left. Levis calls out the numbers. Levis takes the snap. Now Levis hands to Abrahams, looks to sweep around the left side, is strung out and brought down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this time, nice job by the Newtown defense. Stuck with him, didn't allow him to get that forward momentum going. A couple-yard loss.
Meanwhile, this is the 10th play of the drive coming up for Xavier. The ball now at the Newtown 42-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and 11. This might be 4-down territory.
Oh, absolutely, I think.
2 wideouts on the right are Hyatt and Deverin. Abrahams behind Levis. Hasselman in motion to the far side, then stops. Levis back to pass. Levis heaves it up deep down the right sideline, and it is intercepted by Newtown. Newtown intercepts the football. Dubois returning up to the 30 and is brought down at the 38-yard line, and Newtown will have good field position with 5:42 left in the game.
Well, you said it. You said it before. Newtown had to come up with a way to get the ball back, and they did.
Meanwhile, Xavier had the football for 5 minutes and 25 seconds, 10 plays, and they come away empty.
Well, now they've got to find a way to get Newtown off the field.
Ball is marked at the 37-yard line of Newtown. 1st and 10. Ball on the near hash mark. Cost calls out the numbers. Cost back to pass. Rolls to the right. Throws to the right. Underthrown. Incomplete.
Yeah, that was not a very good pass at all. Good coverage that time by the defense.
Well, to be fair, Newtown needs to start throwing the ball downfield.
Down the field, right. Exactly. That's the way you're going to score. That's the way you're going to get it in the end zone.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Nighthawks' 37-yard line. 30-14 Xavier. 5:36 left in the game. 2 wideouts on the right side are Lucas and Riley. In tight on the left is Paget. And taking the snap is Cost forced out of the pocket, and he's going to be sacked back at the 32-yard line.
Boy, the defensive line got in there. Cartelli got in there. They got in there so quick he had no chance to look down the field for his receivers.
Loss of 5 will set up a 3rd and 15.
Davon Colon was in there as well as Cartelli on that sack.
Now Newtown has to start hurrying up here. They've got 3 wideouts on the right side or the far side. Paget in tight on the near side. Cost back to pass. Fires over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for Talbot.
That ball was a little too low. Bounced off the turf before it got to him. As it brings up a big 4th down.
Well, Newtown got the turnover, but this time the Xavier defense stiffens.
Yeah, they really turned it up a notch on this drive. They are going to go for it.
4th and 15 from the 32-yard line as Cost checks his wristband.
Watch the center of the field. It's wide open here.
Pistol formation, no setbacks. Cost back to pass, forced out of the pocket. Now rolls to the right side, heaves it up to the right side, and it is dropped. It was underthrown anyway, and on down, Xavier gets the ball back.
That was a valiant effort. Ball just thrown on the run, always a difficult pass. Came up just short of the receiver.
And so Xavier will get the football at the 32-yard line of Newtown, 1st and 10. And a couple of first downs, and they should be in great shape.
Absolutely. I think what you're going to see right now is a heavy dose of Abrahams right up the middle.
Newtown has all of its timeouts left, but that's not going to help as they're trailing by 16. Levis calling out the numbers. Abrahams behind him. Levis about 4 yards back of center. Levis back to pass. Throws to the far side, and Hasselman breaks one tackle and dives forward for about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, Hasselman was hit right there at about the 28, at the line of scrimmage, and he fought forward to get a nice 4-yard pickup.
Yeah, call it a 4-yard gain. We'll set up a 2nd down and 6, a long 6 from the 28-yard line. Now man in motion to the left wing for Xavier. Levis takes the snap. Levis hands to Abrahams, tries the short side of the field, breaks a tackle down to the 20, and is brought down at the 15 for a 1st down.
Well, that's a guy that just will not be denied. He should have been taken down for a loss, was able to spin away from it, and then just jet up the field.
They'll mark the ball at the 19-yard line, 1st down and 10. Hyatt, wide right. Hasselman in the backfield. He's in between the line and Levis. Levis back to pass. Throws a pass on the far side, underthrown, incomplete.
Had the receiver there, Michael Galati. Just short hopped it. I think that's the first bad pass I've seen him throw, other than the interception.
Levis has had a great night tonight. 2nd down and 10. Hyatt wide right. Now into the contest is Michael Femk. He's in motion and then stops in between the line and Levis. Levis takes the snap, gives to Abrahams, tries the right side of the line, cuts back, now moves forward inside the 15, and is tackled down at about the 12-yard line.
Again, just to tell you what kind of back he is, that play was designed to go off right tackle. That was all stuffed up. He was able to cut it back and find a hole off the left side.
And call it 3rd down and 4 from the 13-yard line of Newtown. Hyatt wide to the right. The ball is on the far hash mark. Levis calls out the numbers. Levis in a long count. Levis takes the snap, gives to Abrahams, tries the left side, cuts back, now looks to sweep and is tackled for maybe a loss of a yard, depending on where they mark the forward spot.
A couple of Nighthawk players there to gang up on him for that tackle. 4th down, a timeout going to be taken here.
Timeout called with 2 minutes 51 seconds left in the game, and the score Xavier 30, Newtown 14. When play resumes, the ball will be at the 13-yard line of Newtown. 4th down and 5 for Xavier.
Do you give Norris a chance?
I'm
to put
thinking
this
of
out in the
that,
range?
but I see that Levis is still in there, so Norris is not going to come on and attempt the field goal, which would be, let's see, the ball is certainly within his range. It's the 13, be a 30-yard field goal.
Yeah, and it really does put it out of reach.
But it's not going to happen here, I don't think, because Levis is still there, and no sign of Samuel Norris, who kicked a 33-yard field goal in the first half tonight. So here come the Falcons from the 13-yard line of Newtown. 4th down and 5. Wide right is Hyatt. Levis in the shotgun formation. Abraham's behind him. Now Levis moves up a couple of steps. Calls out the numbers. Levis takes the snap, pitches to Abrahams. Flag is thrown as he cuts back to the middle of the line and is brought down at the 15. And we'll see what this penalty is all about.
It's thrown over here on this near side of the field. It's going to go against Xavier. So that'll be declined.
And Newtown will get the ball back with 2 minutes 44 seconds left in the game, trailing Xavier 30-14.
Well, how do you play it? Do you just put everybody back and say keep everybody, keep the receivers in front of you?
Yep. That's what I would do. So the Nighthawks have it at their 15-yard line. 1st and 10. And they don't have anybody in the backfield, Mark.
And if they're going to have a chance, they're going to have to score and score quick.
And back to pass is Cost. And he goes down. Slipped behind the 10. Wow.
Boy, the wheel's coming right off the wagon here.
They'll mark the football at the 8-yard line. So a loss of 7 will set up 2nd down and 17 for Newtown.
And he keeps the clock moving as well.
Well, Cost now with Miller next to him in the backfield calls out the numbers. Cost back the pass. Cost looks to the left, throws deep down the right sideline, and the ball is not caught by Talbot. He was out of bounds, I think, when he grasped the football near the 40-yard line.
Boy, had it by the fingertips.
And so that'll set up a 3rd down and 17.
Abraham's being called to the sideline. He's being taken out. He was on the coverage on that play.
A minute 58 left in the game.
Taken out for a coaching moment.
Here's Cost. Pistol formation. Ward in motion to the right side. Cost back to pass. Cost under pressure again. Now rolls to the right. He's in the end zone. He goes down. They could call a safety. Ball rolls free. Now it's blown dead. Let's see what they call here.
Incomplete pass.
Just an incomplete pass. Yeah. And that's what it's going to be ruled, an incomplete pass. That'll set up a 4th down and 17 from the 8-yard line of Newtown. 2 wideouts left, 3 to the right, and this is it.
Yeah, you got to come up with a big play to keep this drive going.
4th and 17. Cost back to pass. Cost heaves it up deep down the right side into double coverage, and it is picked off by McGillis, and that is going to be all she wrote.
McGillis, another great game tonight. Big catches, nice returns.
So Xavier will get the ball back with 1:39 left, leading 30-14, and the Falcons will have the football at the 35-yard line of Newtown, 1st down and 10.
They'll send the offense out, and they'll keep the ball on the ground just to keep the clock moving.
And the regulars will stay in the game as well. They should. I mean, it was one of those games where you needed to keep the regulars in tonight, I think.
Agreed.
1st and 10. Levis Pistol formation, gives to Abrahams, who cracks the middle of the line, is pushed back and is stopped. And Newtown will spend a timeout here. They'll have one left after this, with 1:31 left on the 36-yard line of Newtown. But you've got to credit Xavier tonight because they made the big plays offensively. The defense did the job when it was needed, and the offense not only made some great plays, but controlled the pace of play.
Oh, absolutely. They came out with a chip on their shoulder. They came out with something to prove, and they did just that.
A lot of football games being played tonight. We'll have one tomorrow, Mark. East Catholic hosting Berlin.
Yeah, one of our favorite places to do a game. Should be a good one. East Catholic coming off a loss last week. Berlin, they always look good.
Berlin coming off of a shutout win, and East Catholic will be looking to avenge last year's loss to Berlin. 2nd down and 11 from the 36-yard line. A minute 31 left in the game. Levis, the long count.
Oh.
Now some movement on that line.
That just backs you up some.
And it will be a 5-yard penalty.
Backs you up some and gets you taken out of the game.
Yeah. A teachable moment.
Exactly.
So now they bring the ball back to the 41-yard line. That'll set up a 2nd down and 16 for Xavier. Hyatt wide right. And now we've got a new quarterback in the game. No, Levis is still in there, beg your pardon. And they give us to Abrahams, who carries down to the 40. And he's tackled at about the 40-yard line following the gain. And Newtown, I believe, is going to spend its last time out of the game, as Xavier will be faced with a 3rd and 14 with 1:24 left.
Oh, Xavier's going to get into the win column for the season. We talked about it in the pregame show. Could not have afforded to go down another game and be at 2 losses to start the season.
That's a great point.
Yep.
I mean, this year they don't have Shelton on their schedule. They don't have Cheshire.
Yep.
They replaced it with Newtown and also Greenwich.
Yep.
And so this was a big game tonight.
Absolutely. 2 out-of-conference games to start the season, and then the big one at the end of the season. It is big. They came in last week ranked 3rd in the state. Took the I don't want to say a surprising loss. It was a heartbreaking loss. Really needed this game.
I would think that Sunday dinner will taste a lot better for Andy Guyon this weekend.
Yep. A little bit of the pressure off of him.
3rd down, 14 for Xavier from the 38-yard line of Newtown. Here's the snap. Levis gives to Abrahams, and he is brought down to the backfield, and so Newtown will get the ball back with 1:19 left in the game.
What is a 4th down? Did they have a timeout left? The clock stopped. All right, there it goes. Now it started. Now they'll go for it probably more than.
All right, I thought that was a 4th down play. Read the marker wrong. I apologize. Now it's 4th down, and a loss. So that'll set up 4th and 17 from the 41-yard line.
Players at the line of scrimmage talking, shaking hands.
Well, they're going to let this clock run down. They might even take a 5-yard penalty here. Take the delay of game.
He took a timeout.
Oh, they took the timeout. Okay.
As Will was talking to the defensive players, he looked at the back judge, said, timeout. Give me the timeout.
So they don't take the delay of game. They take the timeout. 43 seconds left. Xavier 30, Newtown 14. But what a game for Levis tonight. 3 touchdown passes, including the first play from scrimmage.
Absolutely. And you knew things were going to go your way when that happens. Yeah, he looked really good tonight, and now you can see why Penn State picked him up.
Yep. McGillis, a couple of touchdown receptions tonight. Taylor with a touchdown reception.
That combination is pretty special.
Yes. And, this area is starting to produce some quarterbacks. How about Logan Marquis, who played for St. Paul, and now he's the starting quarterback for Temple.
Yeah, very close with his father. I'll have to talk to him, see if I can get some tickets.
Samuel Norris will punt on 4th down from the 50, gets off a punt, angling to the 5-yard line, and it is pulled in at the 10 by Lucas, and Lucas is pushed back to the 5.
You saw Lucas stop there and just look and see nothing but black jerseys coming.
So that's going to set up a 1st down and 10 from the 9-yard line with 30 seconds left.
Well, you know what's going to happen. They're going to have to send Paget on a fly pattern.
Well, unless they can score 16 points in 30 seconds, this thing is over.
We talked about it before. You can't let a receiver in front of you.
No.
Or behind you, rather.
Give this to Miller. He runs into one man for a gain of a yard, maybe 2. Clock running. 20 seconds left in the game. Maybe time for one more play. 2nd down and 8. Cost takes the snap. Back to pass. Heaves it up. Over the middle.
Wow,
and
nice
it is
catch.
Caught by Talbot at the 48. Don't ask me how he caught that over the shoulder catch.
Boy, and again, just by the fingertips, and he pulled it in. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch.
But 0 time left on the clock. And let's see if they bring this game to an end. Waiting for some kind of a ruling. Both teams still on the field.
Well, the official time is kept on the field.
That's correct.
Not necessarily on the clock, so they may have time for one more play.
If we do, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. 2 seconds left. 2 seconds left on the clock. Time for one more play. As Cost, with nobody in the backfield but is lonesome, takes the snap, back to pass, rolls to the near side under pressure, and he's going to get sacked to end this game.
Big number 70.
Shane Kolstad wrapping him up.
He was not going to let him throw that ball.
And that will be that. This game is in the books. The final score is Xavier 30, Newtown 14. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to Catholic High School football on 88.9 WJMJ.
Xavier High School football on WJMJ, underwritten in part by Connecticut Rental Centers, 30 DeKoven Drive in Middletown, a locally owned and operated family business since 1969, offering event rentals of tents, tables, chairs, china, and glassware, contractor rentals for backhoes, loaders, compressors, and chippers, plus do-it-yourself rentals of tillers, leaf blowers, brush mowers, and trimmers. Connecticut Rental Centers at ctrentalcenter.com and ctrentalequipment.com. Connecticut Rental Centers in Middletown, proud to support Xavier High School football on WJMJ.
I'm John Rivers. Would you join me for a special 20 The Countdown magazine, remembering the life of Rich Mullins 20 years later?
And I would flip-flop back and forth between saying, thank you, God, that you are the Lord and that I'm not, and saying, yeah, but we're going to do this my way right now.
This week on 20, The Countdown magazine.
Join us for The Countdown Sunday evening at 6 on WJMJ, Catholic Radio.
20, Countdown magazine.
And welcome back to historic Palmer Field in Middletown, where tonight the Xavier Falcons win their first game of the season, downing the Newtown Nighthawks by the score of 30-14. Mark, some of your thoughts.
Well, I'll tell you what, you knew it was going to be a special night when we were driving down here and we had the warm temperatures.
Yes.
We were talking about what a great night it was going to be for football. And then Xavier comes out in the field, first play from scrimmage, throws a touchdown pass, and it just got better from that. They really controlled the game from start to finish and proved that this team belongs in the top of the state.
Well, Xavier did. I know it's cliche-ish, but Xavier did what it had to do tonight after that tough loss last week.
Yeah, absolutely. They proved a point. They proved that that last week maybe was a fluke, and that they're a good team and they belong with the best. And tonight they proved it. Newtown, not a bad team at all.
No, not at all. And they'll win some more games before the season is over. Both clubs now 1-1 on the campaign. Tomorrow we are in Manchester for the game between East Catholic and Berlin.
Yeah, much the same. East Catholic a good team year in and year out. Last week they got shut out. This week they want to get back into the win column.
Well, that is going to do it for our broadcast. A big thank you to Floyd Wright, who produced it back at our WJMJ studios. And now for Mark Andrews from Palmer Field in Middletown, this is Dan Lavallo saying thanks for listening. Once again, the final score for the final time, Xavier 30, Newtown 14. Have a great evening, everybody.
Xavier High School football on WJMJ, underwritten in part by Connecticut Rental Centers, 30 DeKoven Drive in Middletown, a locally owned and operated family business since 1969, offering event rentals of tents, tables, chairs, china, and glassware, contractor rentals for backhoes, loaders, compressors, and chippers, plus do-it-yourself rentals of tillers, leaf blowers, brush mowers, and trimmers. Connecticut Rental Centers at ctrentalcenter.com and ctrentalequipment.com. Connecticut Rental Centers in Middletown, proud to support Xavier High School football on WJMJ.